Okay.
Like people... Yay.
Before we begin, this is to us. This is a message to each of us. We're not going to spoil. We're not going to spoil what wins Game of the Year.
Got it.
In our conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, there will be spoilers in this discussion, though. So.
We don't have to deliberate anything, so there don't need to be spoilers in this.
I mean...
But, special round of applause to Isla for putting all this together. Special round of applause for getting it all. Or, like, shout out.
Hey, thanks.
Everybody give a special shout out to Isla here.
Shout out.
Yep.
My pleasure.
Yep. Got it done.
Get her done.
I made her wait. And she handled it anyway.
Well,
so shout out.
You'll notice different VO.
Yeah, shout out.
In the Goaty video, there's different VO.
Yeah.
Because someone didn't get their writing done in time for Jones to voice it. But
yeah, so we don't have
Jones. You won't notice.
Don't read anything into it. There's nothing more to it than that. It's just... I thought we had one of these that was for, like, playing a video. Here we go. Goaty video.
Play a video. Video games.
What did you sound like? You sounded like, Mommy! Daddy!
Daddy! Unmake me! Unmake me!
Unmake me!
So insane. It is so unhinged. Holy shit.
Why is this not?
I could go for a long legs too, honestly.
Long legs was not very good.
I could go for a follow-up though. Go again.
It was not very good.
Oh, I liked it. I'm not like obsessed, but I had a good time.
It was fine.
I had a good time.
I think
anytime Nick Cage gets to be fully unhinged, it's a good time.
Weirdo, yeah.
Set him free.
Yeah.
Uncage Cage.
Yeah. Yeah. Always a good time.
It was
Cage uncaged.
Weirdly a bit of a victim of its own
Nicolas Cage says
advertising.
That Noir news came out today. Spider-Man Noir. Looks crazy.
Are they doing a
live action?
Nice.
With Nick Cage.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Period piece.
What?
It looks insane.
Spider-Man?
Yep. Spider-Man Noir live action.
Spider-Man?
Is it a film?
I think it's a show. It's a movie or a show.
And it takes place in what, the 20s or the 40s or something? When?
Yeah. Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah. It looks good.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And it's black and white, you said?
Some of it. I think it's half and half.
Insane.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Hello, Fluffball.
Yeah.
Let's not knock over my iced tea.
Okay.
Your little fluff ball.
Are we ready?
Fluffball.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow.
Ready.
Whoa.
Yeah, can we get
crazy? Yeah.
Ready.
Can we get
steady?
Ready?
Is he going to say go?
Pull?
Go!
Pull!
It's like Damiani.
Damiani's quoting Too Fast, Too Furious for those
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey. Keep
Are we ready?
Been ready.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Easy Allies Awards stream for 2025's awards taking place in the beginning of 2026 here. We are here to tell you the categories that we are going to do. Oh, right. That reminds me. I was going to do this in an Atari time, but here you go, Don.
What is this?
It's a present.
A Jaguar t-shirt?
Yo,
just out of nowhere? What the hell?
That is sick.
I mean, you were sitting next to me when I bought that for you.
This is incredible.
That is sick.
Jaguar!
This is the greatest thing that's ever been gifted to me.
That is so sick.
Jaguar, do the math.
Wait, Don, where can I play Jaguar games?
Do the math!
Awesome. The Atari 50 has a small selection of Jaguar games. That's probably the easiest way right now.
I love
Okay.
My favorite thing about the do the math thing was that if you did do the math, you would realize that they're not... All of those cores weren't like being used for processing, so it like was kind of a lie.
It was not a lie. There were two 32-bit processors. That adds to 64.
But they were being... Never mind. That's not important. Anyway,
Jaguar is the most powerful system on Earth, and it always will be.
that's true.
Underutilized. Never saw its full potential.
Okay, so today...
When are they going to release
what we're going to do is we have our categories. we'll go over the categories. Then we'll give our personal picks, which are just our little lists of. It looks beautiful. Our personal picks of like what we each choose, and then we are going to reveal our Game of the Year video. Then after we're done being live tonight, the deliberations and the Game of the Year videos will go up. The stream computer is dying or something, and OBS ate the middle portion of the deliberations.
What?
So yeah, so we got the first hour, or no, like the first 45 minutes in the back hour, but it ate when we were the back half of us talking about I think Claire Obscure, and we lost
Easy Allies.
That's not
we
important.
lost talking about Hades 2 and
A big deal.
Easy
Silk Song.
Allies, baby.
Big deal.
Technical
What happens
difficulties.
when you don't have any
Skip.
money?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we do actually have a new computer to replace the streaming computer.
Ooh.
So I just need to flip those.
that
Flip you for real.
Flip that
you for
switch.
real. Give me the fucking keys. What the fuck?
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking cocksucker. What the fuck?
Flip you for real. Anyways, so this problem already has a solution because the new computer showed up. So we're gonna flip it for real, and then that hopefully won't be a problem anymore because the new computer is better than the old computer.
Yes.
Because this old computer is gonna die.
Yeah.
We've had one of our other computers just died. His editing computer.
True story.
Anyway,
Great.
whatever. So, the categories. So the way this works is the whole stream, except for Game of the Year, which is at the end, which we're revealing at the end, is semi-informal. We have the ones that we're going to kind of say for each of the categories, the list of nominees or whatever that we want to mention. If we all kind of agree on a winner, then we do. Otherwise, each category is kind of just like, hey, these are the ones we're mentioning. And then we have our personal picks. And then we have the official Game of the Year.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, the categories are Best Boss Fight, Best Multiplayer, Best 7, Best Remaster Remake, Best Game to Play in One Night, Best Character, Best Narrative, Best Weapon, Best Music, and then our personal picks. That's how it's gonna go. And then it'll go Game of the Year.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with Best Boss Fight.
Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer. So, the ones that we have it narrowed down to, and yeah, minor spoilers, I guess, about the existence of these bosses. Simon from Expedition 33, Lace from Silk Song, Higgs from not Dark Souls 2, Death Stranding 2, Last Judge from Silk Song, Cogwork Dancers from Silk Song, King K. Rool from DK, Arlecchino from The Blood Artist from Lies of P, and Kronos from Hades 2. That's the long list. Who's the winner? Yeah, which one? Talk to me about them.
I really like Kronos from Hades 2. It's always fun in a roguelite when the final boss is like one of the most fun opponents. This boss is cool because of narrative reasons. He's so smug, and you face him pretty often because it's a roguelite. You know, Hades, you're repeating and repeating. He hits all the right boxes of, like, you have kind of the emotional weight behind facing him, and you have multiple phases. You have phases that unlock when you face him, like, after a certain number of times. He, like, expands his arsenal. And then, yeah, he just hits all the right boxes of, like, he has summons, he has one-hit kill moves, he has AoEs, he has direct damage. He's just a really, really fun fight that I'm never tired of. And yeah, it's just really, really good. Really good. I love that fight a lot. I really love it. Arlecchino, I forget how to say his name, the Blood Artist. This guy is heavily alluded to in the base game. He is a fucking puppet man serial killer. He kills a lot of people over the years. Lies of P Overture is in the past, so you get to see him in the flesh and fight him. What's really cool is that it is one of the only fights ever in Lies of P where you have a full-on companion with you. It is a 2v1 multi-phased fight. The cutscenes are crazy. Absolute psychopath. If you've played any Souls game, you know what to expect here. Coming at you really fast speeds, having huge wind-up attacks. You think you beat him, but he fucking has another phase. Really cool fight. And pretty much I'm confident to say that it is the culmination of Lies of P, the original and its DLC Overture. It's just a really nice cherry on top for that whole package.
Hell yeah.
Damiani, take it away, man. King K. Rool, hit us. Spoilers are fine. It's February of 2026.
It was just cool. Okay, King K. Rool is fun because they brought back King K. Rool. It used all the mechanics. It had even the boxing ring thing, which felt like a throwback to Donkey Kong 64. It was really fun and good. Sorry, I was a little distracted. Death Stranding 2 is probably the one I'm...
category with big spoilers in it, by the way, Chad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, King K. Rool's a spoiler. Sorry, he exists. He's the final boss. It was just a really good payoff to have him come back. It was just really good fan service and felt good. It was thank you for bringing the Kremlins. And it was Donkey Kong Country stuff. I was hey, this is excellent. A lot of Donkey Kong Country references starting in that fight. I was yes, very good.
That's sick.
I want to talk about Higgs though in Dark. Higgs' final boss fight. This thing was fucking epic. This thing was just freaking epic. You start off in a one-on-one duel with he's got his dual guitar laser thing, and you're playing cat and mouse and their version of the Patriots Lolly Lully Low data center.
It totally was.
On the beach or whatever. MGS. And it's totally Metal Gear Solid, and I'm okay, this is the Patriots or something. And then two giant ass BTs fucking kaiju BTs show up and start fighting each other.
Oh, I forget they're fighting in the background.
But they also start destroying all the shit in front of you. The field you're fighting on. You got to deal with that while you're trying to deal with Higgs. Then you just go on fucking at the top of this rock thing. You've got a fucking guitar. Higgs has got a guitar. It goes into a fucking fighting game health bar. And it's fucking a tribute to Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 1, where you're fighting Liquid and Ocelot at the top. Just doing this slugfest with this fucking epic version of BB's theme. Higgs starts playing and it's what the it was just okay, this is what I needed. I was the first game ending was a little too was trying to be too emotional, too serious, too convoluted for I was I don't know what's going on half the time. I have to watch videos to understand it. This one's we're just this is Metal Gear goofiness. I like this. This is why I love Death Stranding 2 so much better. And the music. I'll just listen to that version of BB's theme. I played on repeat for 48 hours straight. I was this is so fucking good.
It's so epic.
But this is fighting game moves. So parries with the guitars and stuff. I was damn, this is so
with
good.
The guitars was crazy. Melee attacks with the guitars.
Dude. Because it's presented like a fighting game. It's side perspective. You're doing it's just slugfest, man. You gotta on the easier difficulties, I'm sure it's easier, but it was good. I was they knew Kojima knows what he's doing here, and this is I was I wonder if this is supposed to be I don't know. It was so good. It was so good.
Cogward Dancers and Silk Song, absolutely one of the highlights in a game that has so many bosses. This one was so epic. I love when a fight in a Souls game is a rhythm. It's a dance. Fighting is a dance. Sirio from Game of Thrones Season 1, right? That guy? He's it's a dance. That guy, remember? Arya's trainer. This fight, because you're fighting two, and they will attack you to the rhythm of the music, and they're attacking in conjunction, and you have to dodge each of them, and it's just the whole vibes of that fight. I think was one of my favorite moments of the game, Damiani. of Silk Song.
Yeah, it was a really well designed fight, and also how it ties to the lore, which also ties to one of the other bosses, like the Green Prince, who is an optional NPC that you counter them like locked in the jail cell.
Yeah,
potentially early on. As you free them, you can encounter them a few more times, and there's a whole optional zone you can do, which you get a story. And it's basically, you find out that the Clockwork Dancer is like a dance of like the lovers, basically.
Yeah.
It's like it's a tribute
so cool.
to that. So like it has like
Beautiful
a good
fight.
story background to it that you don't find out unless you do all that side quest. And yeah, because you get like him lamenting when he sees them destroyed. He's like lamenting it. You're like, why is he so upset about a robot? You know, a machine. And then you find out that there's more to that than that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
which is kind of like Lace. Really good story in Silk Song. That character.
Yeah,
and I love so much a boss that you fight multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
I love that shit.
Multiple times.
Like, you see him early and then later. Like, it's so epic.
Yeah, and you don't technically have to, like, depending on what you do, you might get a different type of amount of encounters with them. I think you can, like, miss one or two of them potentially. But each time you encounter them, they, like, are a little bit more aggressive and, like, they evolve with each one, culminating with, like, probably your first playthrough, the second to last fight before you fight like what you think is the final boss. That one, it's just like pure raw like fighting. You know, it's more like not humanoid, but like bug like, so character like. Yeah. So it's like smaller scale, but like those are always the ones I fear the most in like in Hollow Knight and Silk Song. Like big boys are like, man, they're gonna like have like the patterns and stuff. Like the small ones, they move so fast and like they require to be very precise and like very methodical. And it was they're evolved like how like the last form like it does like those glowy AoE things or whatever that were really like fast paced and like
they like pop up and then you have just a split second to get out of the way before they blow up or whatever.
Yeah, it was just really nice to have those recurring bosses that evolve and challenge you and see how like because you're evolving too as a character, so like you're getting stronger, so they got to get stronger to go against you as well. So cool.
Speaking of getting stronger, Damiani, the last judge.
The act. The most people fought this boss. There's a way to not fight this boss. There's a whole way to get into the Act 2 Citadel, but this is like the gatekeeper that you're working towards. The boss that guards the gate. The dude has got like this ball and chain flail thing with a lantern with fire, and like the first phase, it's kind of like, all right, I'm learning its attack patterns. It's kind of like a little deceptive here and there, but like you feel like you get it, and then he just like goes into this like Bankai form, like a second form where it's like the flames have like multiple echoes, and then like they explode, like he tosses at you, and it's like, oh, it comes back, but this time it explodes and comes back. It's like a wider berth. I'm like, oh god, like. And then
Damiani, that shit was
so. Waves of flames. Oh.
Yeah, dude, and that was so strong. It was like, crap, I gotta use a slot for like my fire badge to like reduce the fire damage because this thing is so intense. Like I kept getting caught in it, so I was like, all right, let me like mix up my build here because that guy was so intense.
It was the first real like gatekeeping part in terms of like, for me, all the bosses up to that point had been like, okay, these are like what I expect, but nothing too punishing. And then I came across that boss. I was like, okay, here we go. I was like, yeah, this is gonna take a while. And then like you don't have too many of those early on unless you go find optional stuff. And it just felt really good to have that because it is a fight that has a very clearly defined patterns. It's just trying to overwhelm you in, by disguising things with effects. And once you can see and figure out like where, to not panic, it's really just about like they all teach you like you just gotta be like patient and take your shots when it's clearly open. Don't be baited into, unless you're like really god at the game.
I'm always
baited into being over aggressive or taking unnecessary risk. Once you've like learned the patterns, like try and always make it a little bit further into the fight. And then once you've seen everything, it's like just repeat, rinse and repeat. The Phantom Troop stuff in the Hollow Knight, that one, boss, the harder version taught me that. I thought first time I fought that fight, I thought it was impossible. This fight, I was like, I think I had to leave and I went to go get some extra stuff because I'm like, I'm just not doing enough damage. Like the fight just dragged out for so long. I'm like, like the smallest mistake, I was like 2 or 3 of those, I'm dead. I'm like over the whole course of the fight. So like by getting more health, by being able to do a little bit more damage, you know, the developers were saying that about this game, that you just need to, like, there are tools out there to make things a little bit more manageable if you go and explore a little bit and don't just keep banging. Like, it's Souls. It's a Souls-like, you know? This is what you get taught if you play these games. So
yeah,
it's good stuff. It was very good stuff.
And then lastly, this is actually the only one I didn't get to do was Simon the Divergent Star in Expedition 33 because I didn't want to grind.
Spoilers on this one.
I didn't want to grind to level 99. I was like, I have so many other games.
We don't have to get super specific on this one if you don't want to. Like,
I mean, it's
be general.
Sorry,
just talk
like,
about the mechanics, not the story.
I mean, but that's part of what makes it good. It's like this. It's cool. This is a completely optional super boss. There's 2 versions of it. The harder version is locked in like the tower, the gauntlet tower. That's also completely optional. But mechanically, it tests everything. It puts everything to the test about, like, no matter which characters you use, you have to like be master of pairing. You must like builds. You like it really. There's not really. There are, I guess technically, if you really want to go look up a video, there are ways to make it more manageable. But it is like the peak, expression of this game's combat system and how good you really are at it, and using all like the different things that come together to make it, not just like the manual inputs, but like all the what are they called again? Not Lumina. The
Millennia of Expedition.
The Pictos, like what Picto builds you use, and things like that. Like, it really will help you in this fight.
Yeah.
But also, like, mechanically, what he does, it's like you can't like it's like the oh god, he like I'm getting confused about the 2 versions, but like just lump both versions into one. There's one like where it's like they do this in other, like in Final Fantasy 14, they do this in one of the ultimate fights where you have to die, and you think it's over, and like your party members die, and it does like the game over screen, but it's not actually. Like you're supposed to bring in your other teammates, and you have to do a second phase only with 2 people. So you have to like the 3 people you start off with.
So
you will have to sacrifice them, and the other 2 will come in, and it's part of the fight, and specifically done that way. And it's like do or die at that point. Like if you miss a dodge or parry, it's like that character will die. It's like high stakes at that point. It's like the attacks are like he does like this like after image attack where he like goes into the distance, and then he's like speed of light like rushes at you, but like you can't react to the first thing. It's like you have to react to the sound, like the sonic boom or whatever. It's like so fucking fast, and he does it twice. So if you miss time, you're getting fucking hit. Like you, like it's like, oh my god! Like the double hit just kills you. And he's like, his thing is like he's banished. He's like annihilating. He's gammaging you. Like you're getting gammaged, and like he's like it's not you're dying. You're getting gammaged, erased. So like super high fucking stakes. But like the fact that he was like Verso's companion in Expedition 0, you do like this battle. If you beat it, you get the true story of what happened with like this character and more backstory on Clea. And you find out about like the paintress and Clea and like their mother, their relationship, why she was making the enemies, whatever, I forget what they're called again, their actual name, but like why she was crafting them, the Necrons, right, or
Nevrons,
whatever they're called. Thank you. Yeah, why she's crafting them, and how Simon was like tricked. You know, he actually was like. Yeah, it's really good, and like he's so fucking epic with his sword. Like when you beat him, he just like reaches out to like Verso and gives it to him. He's like, it's like Zack Fair from fucking the End of Crisis.
Yeah. I saw the video.
You're my like living will type shit. He's like handing, and you like take it. It's like you got this fucking epic looking glowing sword. That's like it's not. I don't know if like it's the best, but like it's the best looking. I was like, dude, this is sick. I was like,
all right, what's the winner?
All right, do you guys want to pick a winner?
What's the winner?
You don't have to pick a winner. You liked Higgs the most?
Yeah, Higgs was like that was like peak.
Is King K. Rool the best part of
Higgs just
Donkey Kong?
No, Donkey Kong's amazing without
people love the whole game, yeah.
Higgs just felt like a worse version of Metal Gear for me. I know you loved that, Damiani, but it was just like, it was an echo of Guns of the Patriots. It was just an echo. So I was like, okay.
It was like the music and the guitar. It was like,
yeah.
Like Metal Gear is like, it's like payoff for like you have so many games and you like, it's meant to feel the weight. This is like Kojima having fun. It felt like he was having fun with
Revengeance vibes, I get that.
And like not having like so much like weight on his shoulders with this one.
Yeah.
You could definitely feel that, and this is what that final fight felt like.
I'm cool with doing that only because I'm tied for like 5 of these bosses, Damiani, and you being really passionate. I really like Kronos and the Blood Artist and the Cogwork Dancers. But since you really love Higgs, let's just go with that. And I like it too. I just, MGS4 is like legit top 5 game of all time for me. So I was like, oh, okay, it's just that. So it didn't hit me as hard. But you loving it so much is kind of the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Easy Allies 2025 best boss is Higgs.
Higgs.
From Death Stranding 2.
Higgs redemption at Easy Allies. And the guitar was fucking sick. Bottom line, that was fun. Especially too, Damiani was like so out of resources by then. So just like having that with like basically unlimited ammo, I was like, okay, this feels good.
And I like the reward for after all that. You get to use it. So awesome.
Right. Next up is best multiplayer.
Take us away, Isla.
The rest of these, except maybe narrative and character, probably won't have any spoilers, and they'll probably go faster than that.
Yeah. Take us away.
Yeah, so for best multiplayer, we've got Night Rain, Peak, Sunderfolk, Arc Raiders, RV There Yet, Lego Party, Split Fiction, Absalom, Cosmic Invasion, and Battlefield 6. I put on like half of these on this list, so Night Rain is sick. It's Elden Ring, but arcadey. But
they did so well.
It hasn't had great like post launch support. It's had like okay post launch support, but like I think that it's a really, really great. I mean, I played like 150 hours of this game, so it's like I really liked it. But then I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah, and I haven't had a reason to like jump back in. You know, like the best of those games are like, if you dip out for a while and then they do something, it's like, oh, I got to get back in there, and it's like I haven't had.
Yeah.
That.
Well, the DLC was cool.
Yeah.
It's confusing and weird, and the map is really hard to traverse, but it's fun. How is Night Rain going to fare after the Dustbloods? Who the hell knows what Dustbloods even is going to be? Peak is just good, clean fun. Like, that's just ridiculous.
So
multiplayer fun stuff. Same with RV There Yet. They're just, like, fun.
RV There Yet is like, so good.
Yeah, great stream games. Chain smoking, trying to get that RV going. It's real good.
Just a beer and a cigarette, like.
Yeah. I wanted to give a special shout out to Sunderfolk because I fucking love this game.
We need to play more, please.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much at the end with my sister, but yeah, Sunderfolk is just really sweet, and I feel like it's underappreciated, and nobody like played it. I don't know. Definitely. It's really good, and it works well, and they're like changing some stuff I heard to play on PC without phone or something. I don't know. Arc Raiders was really great for the 2 weeks that it was fun, and then it got too sweaty and never played it again.
Yeah,
but I fucking loved it for a while.
So at my other job, I have a collective of people that play different games, and there's a couple people who were like unhinged at Arc Raiders, like PvP killers. They were so obsessed, but even for them, that only lasted a couple months.
Yeah.
And this is coming from, again, this word always feels negative. It's not at all. They're casual gamers because they only play a certain amount, like a select few. So even for them, after like 2 months or so, they were like, yeah, I'm kind of getting bored with it. I've like got all my weapons, and there's just like no real incentive to kind of keep going in there.
Once everyone maxed out, like the incentive for the expeditions, I think, is too weird and like not interesting except for the ultra sweaty, where it's like, why would I want to reset everything? Like, I know that's how like prestiging works and stuff, but like to me, I'm like, that doesn't interest me at all. but then there's nothing else to collect after so it's like, okay, so you're like, I beat it, so there's nothing else to do but fight people, and that's just not interesting to me.
Yeah.
But so Arc Raiders, whatever. Lego Party's shockingly good.
Shockingly good.
Like stands toe to toe.
Shockingly.
Stands toe to toe with Mario Party and exceeds it in a few areas, I think. Like,
I'm not ready to say it's better, but it is definitely a competition.
Like there's finally competition in the space, and I don't think there ever has been. Like Lego Party, I wrote it off.
Keeping them on their toes.
Yeah, I wrote it off, and then like as soon as it came out, I was like, this is actually legit. Like, this game is sick as hell.
Yeah. I just think the way you evolve the board, like the fun and variety and refreshingness of the minigames, something that we thought, like, how could minigames like this be fun and refreshing? We've seen so many of them, and they, like, hit it out of the park with so many sort of variety. And then also the big thing that it does that I think needs to be called out is, like, the balancing of, like, it's not the same level of, like, especially towards the end of, you're like, I might get completely fucked.
Right.
Like, as long as you're, like, basically, if you're totally dominating, you're not going to get, like, screwed over the way you still can in Mario Party.
There's a bit more actual strategy
which is, like, there's still, like, RNG to it, but maybe just, like, a little bit, feels a little better in that way of how it gets resolved. But I was blown away also by Mario Party. So much fun. And the humor, the writing, I mean, everything, is really refreshing.
Yeah, I do like the maps a lot, Don. I'm glad you brought that up. Just like the
modules that you can put in, and
like exploring, like fully unlocking an area of the map. And like every time Mario Party does that, it's like open a key, and then you can go in like a couple extra, like one extra lap of this tiny.
This felt like it had a lot more. Like I'd be much more interested in replaying the boards to be like, how can I strategize with this thing instead?
Totally.
Mario Party's like, oh, you go the other way now. All right. This one's like, did you choose to unlock the pirate ship or the haunted house?
Yeah. And
so that's what you have for this run. It's like, that's crazy.
So cool.
Damiani's camera flipped over or something?
Whoops. Oh, the cat.
Full cat.
The cat.
What the hell? There's a tiny Damiani.
Wait,
cat issues right now.
There's a tiny little Damiani over there. In the white void. Huh. Oh,
it's up at the ceiling? What's happening? Who knows?
That's Damiani's forehead.
Those cats are at it again.
Damiani, I also really liked the fight.
Look at your forehead, Damiani.
Damiani, I also really liked the fight against what's his name?
Cat.
In Death Stranding. What's his name? The Solid Snake guy?
We're not on that anymore.
Sorry.
We're on multiplayer.
What's the Solid Snake guy's name?
Is that a multiplayer game?
Neil. I like the fight against Neil.
What'd you say?
So the fight against Neil.
He's talking nonsense. Don't worry about it.
The fight against Neil is really good.
Multiplayer?
Really good. No.
Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Split Fiction, I thought the writing was bad, but the multiplayer was good. So that's good.
Phenomenal multiplayer.
Yeah.
Fun. I'm a huge proponent of any type of game that is fun for absolute video game fanatics and a person's first video game.
Sure.
Split Fiction is absolutely that. It's so intuitive. It is like you are together and you both always know what to do. It's just everything is so clear, and that is such an art form. That is such an art of like you're never frustrated with each other. You're always just kind of like, oh, we have to do this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and do. It's like you're always just like in it.
And I think it's so important for that. Like that aspect is to pull that off is not only not as easy as it seems, but also it's so important for this specific the Joseph Fares games, because I think many cases, Huber, right? It is in many cases like. An experienced gamer maybe bringing a casual buddy or a casual spouse or something. Like the nature of these two-player co-op Joseph Fares style games.
It's pretty
are
hardcore.
Like, and so for it to be like so accessible yet so fun on many different levels. Like,
Zorgla makes a good point that the story being
really
weak is maybe good, so you focus on the gameplay and you kind of make fun of the writing together.
Yeah.
Then Absalom, Cosmic Invasion, and Battlefield 6 are Huber joints.
Absalom, Beat 'em Up Renaissance. Here we go again. Yep. Really good multiplayer because it gave me the like old Gauntlet / Dragon's Crown energy of like multiplayer beat 'em up where you have progression as well. All the roguelite stuff is so cool. Co-op makes it a little more challenging sometimes, which I thought was really interesting because the enemies have like more HP and there's more enemies.
It's quite a bit more challenging. Yeah.
The only thing that holds it back is like I found myself having the same amount of fun solo.
That's the main thing I would argue with Absalom. Being a game that I actually did get to play a lot of co-op with that one, actually. Like, there's nothing that stands out in the co-op aspect of it that you're like, oh, this is, like, extra cool to do co-op. Like, everything is either the same or just harder, basically. Like, there's no advantage. It's not like some other games I would argue where, like, Cosmic Invasion, for instance, I would say is more fun with having a couple people in it. Like, it's more fun to, there's more opportunity to try things and stuff. But...
And especially Cosmic Invasion leading into that, because every time you get to a new stage, there are 2 canon characters. It's like, hey, this stage is for Wolverine and Storm. So it's in like, okay, someone's Wolverine, somebody's Storm,
that's awesome.
And then you both feel like you are contributing to the really story of that level. All the characters have their own, levels and skills. Such a fun co-op game. And then Battlefield 6, the best Battlefield in a very, 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 very long time. The highest selling game of 2025. So many modes. So much going on. Battle Royale, RedSec, fucking Conquest, Rush, Deathmatch, like, unhinged amount of stuff to do in Battlefield 6, and it's all excellent. Battlefield has always been my multiplayer game over Call of Duty. Call of Duty I like playing solo. Battlefield is the team game. They make it so nice and so easy to hop in with each other and form your own squad, The visual aids of, like, green characters are your squad mates, so you can easily find them amidst the chaos. And, what other game can you be driving a tank, and another person's the gunner, and you're just going in, like, mowing things down? It's out of control. And just the way the classes synergize, I've always loved that. Like, all right, I'm going to be support. Like, here's some ammo. Throwing ammo down, and then, like, somebody has the shock pads, and they're, like, reviving you. So just a really good teamwork, which is essential for multiplayer. I love that.
So for picking a winner, I don't know, like...
I'm Lego Party.
Lego Party, Thunderfolk, or Battlefield 6, or I don't know.
Lego Party.
I'd go Lego Party,
yeah. Lego Party.
Took the world by storm.
Yep.
Putting Nintendo on notice.
Best multiplayer game, Lego Party. Congrats.
Fun for the whole family. Because even Battlefield, for the complainers, if anyone's going to complain, even for Battlefield, even though it is so good for multiplayer and finding each other and being with each other, it still can get so chaotic where you're just doing your own thing. You're just like, yo, I'm going to run up here and just do this. Like, it's like, hey, come find me. Let's get together. Like, that's kind of hard sometimes in a big battle. So, yeah.
Next up, a personal favorite of ours, Best 7. Boy, we really did a good job matching that purple to our official purple.
Who did that?
Me and Don dialed it in. But
couple of professionals.
Well, it's like makes it hard to read these.
Right there, we got to put that on top of the blue over there.
We got to put it over here. Yeah,
That's so funny because I watched the Olympics in bed and I put it really low volume. The subtitles are white.
Oh,
and there's snow and ice everywhere, and I can't read.
Also, are you using the Peacock app?
On PlayStation, I watch it Peacock, yeah.
The subtitles are so funny because they're just like so. I mean, like obviously they're doing it live and whatever, but like they're often just so
way
wrong.
Off. Yeah, just nonsense.
So wrong.
Yeah.
Like I can't read this.
Yeah, you're like, what the? Fuck
I can't see the captions out there.
Captions out here.
Seriously.
All right, so best 7. What this means is, for clarity, these are games that vibe out as a 7. Games that we think we would have given a 7.
Don't put it on, actually. Promise Mascot Agency, to me, chat, is an 8 out of 10. So that's why it's not here yet.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
So what we've got on here is Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, Lunar Remastered Collection, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Terminator 2D No Fate, really?
7.
Mafia The Old Country,
7.
Lost Records, Mandragora, FBC Firebreak, and RoboCop Unfinished business.
These are fun. This is Easy Ally's true game of the year.
Right. Like this is.
So let's settle in.
This is to clarify. These are games that we think shine despite budgetary or technical or like scope of vision limitations. Right. Like these Best 7 is not meant as like a you know, some people give like biggest turkey or like
this is our goat.
This is it's meant positively. It's meant as a positive where it's like, hey, like in some areas this didn't hit the mark, but we really loved this game.
Yep.
Love that.
For example, I mean, I'll start off with this is on top of the list.
I'm
but
so
like,
sad I missed this.
One of my favorite games of the year, honestly,
So
Vampire the
sad.
Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This game, you can see, like, it's Chinese Room. They know what they're doing. Had a crazy, troublesome, like, lengthy development period.
Crazy.
Was
I would love a
taken
documentary
away,
on that.
yeah, who knows the full story. But, like, it was taken away from one team. You know, good Lord, what was happening with this?
Yeah.
And, you know, you can see that it is not the game that it probably wanted to be when it began. It's not an open world RPG.
It's not quite an immersive sim.
It's not quite an immersive sim. Like, it tries to kind of be all of it. It's not even a Bloodlines game. Like, it shouldn't have been, and many have said this, and I've said this, but, like, if it wasn't called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and it was called, like, Vampire the Masquerade Fire or something like that, like, or like The Nomad or something, like it probably would have been received better because like it just couldn't have hit the same levels of intricacy and like interwoven
those
open
expectations
world expectations of one. And one had a lot of issues, so you know it's a cult classic, but it wasn't perfect either. But yeah, this game was really cool and the story was good. You could definitely see where the money ran out. Like there's a bunch of side quests that just don't need to be there, and like the story, the final, you know, the final cutscene is just like a slideshow. But like, it's a fun game, and there's a lot of really good characters, and the writing is good, and the vibes are through the roof. It like feels like a Bloodlines game. It feels like, you know, the little goth teenage girl in me was just like,
hell yeah,
this is it, this is it, this is it. So yeah, I loved it, but it's not very good. For some reasons, you know. Lunar Remaster Collection, Damiani, is that, and Hyrule, those are you, I think.
So, yeah, I put these under the definition that is what they got like by Metacritic and stuff, because I would not put Hyrule Warriors as a 7, so...
Would you give it a 6?
I get higher.
Okay.
It will
then
definitely
it doesn't belong here.
Cut it.
This
it doesn't belong
Cut it
there.
out. Delete it right now.
It doesn't belong
It'll come
here.
up again. Sorry.
Yep.
I wasn't aware that we were amending the definition
Get it out.
of what this category is. So
This is our
that's also why
definition for
Terminator. That's
several
also why
years.
Terminator is in there, because it got a consensus below an 8. So
but if you would
guys
give it
don't
an
think
8,
if you I don't think we would have given it below an 8. So I don't
okay, then
think it would
Terminator?
probably be on there
Doesn't
either.
count.
No,
Yeah.
Hyrule.
No, Terminator.
He
Well,
said Terminator.
Hyrule.
I'd give a 7.
Terminator-
100%.
Oh,
7.0.
Oh, you would? Okay, yeah.
100%.
7.0.
Yeah.
There.
7.0
Wow.
flat.
There.
All right, well then let's talk about Lunar Remastered then, Damiani. Or
Well, I would like to put on, instead of that, I want to put on. I was just putting stuff in there to fill in things that I had played,
A
but
late
Yeah, whoa.
minute.
well, that's not on there. And now that I
Dark
know
horse.
it's its definition,
Get it
Power
in
Wash
there,
Simulator
Damiani.
2. Power Wash Simulator 2.
7.
Whoa!
7.
An
Yeah,
upset.
high 7. It's a high 7.
7.
Such a third, like it's a 7.9, right?
7.99
Sorry, I just want a place to put
repeated.
this game.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This is some
I'm talking about it here.
shenanigans. Dude, it is such an 8 for
Shenanigans.
you, bro.
You have
It is
personal
such
picks.
an 8.
You have personal picks at the end of this thing. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, never mind. Then
Yeah,
let's move
dude,
on.
it is
Let's
an
move
8.
on.
All right, I'm revoking your Lunar Remastered privileges. Somebody talk about Terminator.
Terminator 2D. Don, take us away. Take us away. Take us away.
Well, I'll say this about Terminator 2D. It's not maybe completely, obviously 7, the game we were hoping for in many ways. However, it still ends up, oddly enough, being the best, the closest to what we've wanted a T2 Terminator-style game to be throughout history. It's like
be,
Terminator the brand has had so many games throughout its history, and honestly, they've always mainly been like what you say, subpar, not great games. Whatever.
Resistance.
Aspects of them good. The Resistance being one of the better, probably way better. That's probably at the top, honestly. The Resistance and maybe 2D, you could honestly argue were the best Terminator games ever. So, as a 2D Terminator game, I think this one, it's fun. The fan service is obviously off the hook. The authenticity, everything that's in it. It's it doesn't always kind of control, I think, as good as you want. It doesn't always maybe feel as good as you really pray it would feel. So it's not like a 10. However, it's really fun. The way you change it, the replayability, the vibes. The vibes, the different kind of unlocks you get, really make it replay. And the vibes, that's it. Yeah. And just any time you have anything that's parallel to a movie property that's slightly expanding in this way and that way is the funnest thing. This I think in particular does really good with that, where they're we can show you a little bit of this that you never really totally saw, but now you get to experience a little, and this and this, all these little tangents sort of things, sort of side parallel.
It has moments of greatness.
Yeah.
And every time it's about to rise to the occasion, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
One of the best examples is running from the T-1000.
Yeah.
Something like that could be so sick. You have to hide from him.
Yeah.
He's morphing through the prison bars and stuff. And it just ends up being this kind of just slow, all right, you go through.
Right.
You hide in here and then you're done. And it's just it's so close always to being so awesome.
That's the thing, yeah.
Even when you're Arnold at the bar.
Right.
Right? And it's okay, now it's time to be the fucking T-800, beat 'em up, let's go.
And
it's
it just doesn't
you just punch a couple people.
Right. It's it's so funny because you take any still shot of the game and you're oh my god, this is just exactly what I want, but then actually playing it, the fun of what you want that to be, it just isn't always quite there.
Yeah.
I gotta call out, though, just the beyond level of authenticity, not just in all the scenery and all that, but I didn't realize when we streamed, because maybe we weren't playing with music or we had it on streamer mode, all the soundtrack that they put in there, how that's the real licensed songs from the movie and stuff is so insane how they put that all in there and stuff like that.
Also, we are the harshest critics of Terminator of all time. We not harshest critics.
Love it
we have
so
we
much.
have a high standard.
Yeah.
So we're fans.
I would say that we love Terminator in this house.
Yes, we do.
So it's
quote it every week.
Yeah, it's still the kind of game though that even though what you're saying, it's not hitting all the time to the level that you want it to and satisfaction. It's it's still the kind of game that I want to keep going back to and being you know what I'm saying? So
sick.
Mafia the Old Country.
Mafia the Old Country. I fucking love it so much. This is a bigger franchise. Obviously, we've had quite a lot of Mafias now all of a sudden. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 Remaster, 1 Remake, Old Country now. So this franchise has new life. It is living, which is so nice. I liked it.
Knife fights?
A lot of knife fights in this. A little too many. There's
too many knife fights?
There's 12 knife fights.
Ooh, that's a lot.
There's legit 12 knife fights.
Many.
I know I've said this 100 times, but I did end up with 16 of those retractable knives. And I do think we should have a fight with them.
I'm so down. This stayed true to what the franchise is known for, a linear narrative game. I mean, there are 30-minute stretches of this game where you are just slowly riding or walking or driving around talking to people. All of the missions stand on their own and they are unique, and it is just the epitome of a slow burn. I mean, if you love any kind of historical context or mafia context, this is definitely a game for you. You are in early 1900s Sicily, and it's kind of the birth of the mafia. The way it ties into the franchise is really cool and subtle, and it never gets in the way of anything, and it's never excluding anyone that hasn't played that stuff, but they are really cool nods. It is definitely a 7 because the shooting, cover-based shooting, it's fine. The knife fights were fine. The map itself was fine. There's a couple really cool spots to explore, but compared to, Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, like the city of New Haven, it's like, that is a city you just want to comb every inch of, or Empire Bay in Mafia 2, or New Bordeaux in 3. Like, those cities are so much more immersive and explorable than this. This had like a lot of rocky desert and stuff, which doesn't always do it for me. Great story though, and I'm just glad it exists. I'm so glad. Keep it alive.
Oh yeah.
Lost Records, Isla.
Yeah, similarly, Lost Records, weirdly, I think, like, I loved this game at first. I really loved the idea of it, the vibes of it. Excuse me. Like, the characters, I love the characters. They're really good. And it does that thing. It reminds me of Firewatch, kind of, where it's like the marketing or, like, the pacing of the story kind of leads you to think that it's going to go big and go crazy. Yeah, not enough rage. I mean, kind of, yeah. Like, it's a slow burn.
Yeah, not enough rage.
It's a very slow burn, and then, like...
Great music.
Doesn't really go anywhere. Like, it feels like it's building up. The first part is good. It feels like it's building up to something, and you're like, oh, damn. Part 2 is going to be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of just more of the same.
Fizzles
like,
out.
The fire part was cool, and, like, the there are a lot of really cool elements in this, but like
the camera.
The camera's great. I loved that mechanic. I wanted it to kind of matter more.
Yeah.
I wanted to like film something and then see something through the camera.
Let Isla edit.
You couldn't see. Like,
let her edit.
Life or something. You can do a lot of editing in this, but like, yeah, it just like this one is kind of lost potential. Like it was almost there. There's so much to it that I really loved. And then it felt like they didn't kick it to 11. It felt like they kind of simmered around a 7. And
I agree.
Also, probably 40% longer than it needs to be.
Totally it dragged on.
Yeah. If it's gonna be a slice of life, like slower kind of a like thing, like a drama thing, one part would have been enough, I think.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go crazy, you could do it in this amount of time.
What was the lead's name again? I totally forget. She was so awesome, though.
She's great.
I really loved her.
But yeah, I don't remember.
Mandragora, one of the most underrated Metroidvanias of the year that I played. The last boss was a bunch of bullshit and almost ruined the game for me, though. That's for sure. Pissed me off. So annoying. But yeah, a dark fantasy Metroidvania, heavy on the RPG elements, leveling up, going on quests, like less backtracking and exploring than some Metroidvanias. There still is that, but it is maybe shifts a little more towards action adventure, and just a really cool game that totally flew under the radar, and I just love that genre so much. And it was cool. It was just a really cool lower tier Metroidvania that was totally worth it in the end, but almost not because of that final boss. What I love so much is being on a boss and dying like 10 times, right? If I die 10 times on a boss, I'll look it up. I'll be like, what is going on here? My favorite thing when that happens is seeing like the first Reddit post. Like you Google like, boss tips or whatever, it'll go to a Reddit post and it'll be like, this boss is bullshit or something, and everyone is pissed. They're like, what were the developers thinking? This is bullshit. And everyone's like, yeah, fuck this boss. Like, it's like, okay, I'm not alone here. Like, this is hilarious. Yeah.
Swan is her name.
Swan. I loved Swan.
Swan's great. Yeah, all the characters are great.
Yeah.
FBC Firebreak, yeah, definitely didn't hit what we were hoping it would hit. But
this is one of, like... I love this game so much, despite its flaws. Like, this is the game I think I'm rooting for the most of, like, the little engine that could, even though it's, like, big Remedy, whatever. They don't need it, but, like, still.
They swapped their CEO after this game.
Crazy. Like, this came out, too, at a time, and we are in a time when online multiplayer games are immediately taken in bad faith, like bad vibes, like, oh, here we go, another one of these. Everyone is like so defensive of them.
Aw, shit.
Like, yeah, like this is gonna be trash. Like everyone is so critical of games like this. I really love that Firebreak was like pretty unique. It was like a little bit of Left 4 Dead, a little bit of a hero shooter, not really, kind of, but like everybody has their roles like that. You know, you have your water gun, which is one of my favorite weapons of the year, actually, because you're like putting out literal fires. You're like, the way you would have teamwork too. It was like, you know, some of the sticky note ones, right? You'd have to wet them up, and then another person would like shock them. The way your team works together, I really, really appreciated in this game.
Except for the first bunch of levels, where at least when we
they
played
finally
it,
patched
I
that.
think they changed that, but like when it came out, none of the characters had their core moves.
So dumb, yeah.
Their core set, like
so dumb.
You can't expect people to grind at a game to earn their own basic moves, because no one's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Like, the characters didn't make sense, and they couldn't do anything, and you like had no way of winning.
They changed all of that.
Yeah.
They added cutscenes, hilarious cutscenes. They gave it more Remedy flair. Like, they really, really tried. They came out with an endless mode, like, less than a month ago. So, like, unlike Night Rain, who's just like, here it is, we're done, Firebreak has been really, really...
Night Rain's been putting out the sovereign bosses and whatever.
Yeah, but like when Night Rain like added some harder bosses, Firebreak has like completely retooled and changed the game and added like full on other modes as well. Yeah. And like cutscenes and everything. Just like
Night Rain worked out the door.
Exactly. Yeah. Way better game.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Night Rain's even not.
That was multiplayer.
That was a multiplayer.
We're not talking about Night Rain.
That's right.
We're not allowed.
So yeah, they botched it out of the gate, but I respect how they've kind of, you know, listened.
They didn't just drop it and fire everybody.
Exactly.
To my knowledge.
And it was just, it's, you know, it's so it's so hard. It's so hard to get games like this sometimes, where it's like, all right, here's like a huge, like this feels like something that would come out in the mid-2000s, like when we were getting Assassin's Creed multiplayer games. Evolve, or like Uncharted multiplayer modes, like these cool experimentations. And AAA gaming is experimenting less and less and less and less as time goes on. Everybody's playing it safe. Even High Guard, which just came out, is like a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Yeah. It's pretty safe. It's like a unique mashup, but it's like pretty safe. I respect how like they really tried to do something different here, and it definitely didn't land, and it definitely came out of the gate poorly, but I appreciate it a lot. Yeah.
And then RoboCop Unfinished Business.
Peach trees! Peach trees! Peach trees!
Is this a DLC?
This is a standalone DLC, so you buy it on its own. It's standalone.
Crazy.
Takes place after the main game.
Peach trees.
It is so fucking sick. It is literally Dread. You get locked down in Omni Tower, full lockdown, and you have to get to the top. Shit. It is 100% Dread. They added environmental takedowns, which were sorely missing in the original.
Heat actions?
You can like slam an enemy into like the wall and shit.
Can you like go through a wall and grab someone?
I don't think so, but
one of my slap someone with a fish.
No, but one of the coolest ones.
Not true heat actions.
One of the coolest ones is the like a vending machine. You like smash them through.
Oh, sick.
They also added the cryo gun, which can freeze enemies and then you shatter them, which I'm always a sucker for.
That's tight.
They also tied more into, because the RoboCop, the base game is in between RoboCop 2 and 3, or 1 and 2? 2 and 3. But it's way more RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
This one is getting closer to RoboCop 3, so they add the fucking smiley samurai guys. Remember those freaks? So they attack you.
Does he get the jetpack? He's got that in 3.
Didn't get the jetpack in this. Yeah, didn't get the jetpack.
The jetpack is 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a...
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I've seen the whole thing.
100%.
But so cool, and like it really epitomizes the 7, because it's it's just that. You're just RoboCop shooting and smashing. Right. The story's whatever. The environment gets repetitive because you're literally just in one building going up. Like,
yeah.
But it's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds so fun.
Winner.
This is tough.
Personally, I would say Bloodlines 2 because it's like, again, like almost an 8. Like it could have been great. Like I feel like someone could mod it to make it more of a focused story game and it'll be like an 8. But I really loved it.
Yeah, between that and Mafia and RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop to me sounds from everything I've heard. These sound
like
some really good 7s.
RoboCop sounds like a great 7.
Mafia, I'll dismiss because it let me down. You know what I mean? It being a 7 was a bummer.
Yeah.
You know? Where it's like usually
right.
RoboCop being a 7 is like fuck like,
yeah, right on. Fun 7. Yeah, pulled it off a 7.
Yeah. Whereas
Bloodlines 2 being a 7, I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
What do you think, Damiani?
He didn't play either of these.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it up to you guys for this.
We don't have to pick winners.
Power.
So
have to, I can't bring Power Wash.
What do you think?
I mean, I think I didn't play RoboCop Unfinished Business.
You know, I think maybe a factor for Bloodlines would be that it released. That it came out.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
It didn't get. It's almost shocking.
It came out
that it didn't get canceled.
Yeah.
And it had an insanely rough.
And Unfinished Business was just coming off of the game that had come out previously. It's it's just more of that.
Yeah.
Give it to Bloodlines.
It's a surprise in its own way too. RoboCop for being like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Bloodlines.
Yeah.
All right.
The fact that it came out is fucking sick.
Bloodlines, official best 7.
Yeah.
Easy Allies 2025.
Yeah. Min-Max, Raiders.
Hey.
Heyo.
Heyo. Heyo.
All right. We are moving on to best.
Min-Max just missed best 7. That's the best
7.
one. Yeah. You missed it. You missed it, Min-Maxers.
Now we're moving on to best remaster / remake of 2025.
Damiani's got a lot at the top. Take us away, Damiani. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the list, so we can list them. It's in the drive if you're. I don't know if you're looking at the spreadsheet, Damiani. Breath of Wild. The Switch 2 edition. Those count. The Switch 2 edition.
Do they not?
I don't know.
Do they not? 60 frames. This is more Huber, silky smooth, not switchy anymore, right?
Okay.
Yeah, those count. Even Red Dead Redemption counts.
Let me list them.
Yeah.
Trails in the Sky, first chapter, Final Fantasy Tactics, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Definitive Edition, Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Snake Eater. It's Delta Snake Eater?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, Lunar Remaster Collection, Red Dead Redemption, Tony Hawk 3+4, and Onimusha 2.
This one's stacked.
It's obviously down between Tactics, Dragon Quest, Red Dead, and Tony Hawk, right?
Dragon Quest, incredible remake. Onimusha 2 is awesome. This is tough. This is a tough one. This is tough. Damiani, take it away.
Okay, so just to clarify, Trails was put in there because I was just trying to put in stuff in there. I didn't play enough of it to really say.
Well, then it's gone.
One way or the other.
Cut
it. Yeah, but just wanted to nod it was.
We love lip
service. A lot of high marks. And I also didn't play Delta Snake Eater. I didn't have time to play it this year. But it seemed like it was faithful.
It was good. It was good, but it's not the best remaster remake. Really, it was actually really crazy that nobody played it. I can't believe I finished it and I was ready to see some discourse or talk about it. It came and went in a day.
Too expensive, I think.
Nobody said a fucking word about this game. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it was kind of unnecessary, but anyway.
It is 100% unnecessary. You're far better off playing the original HD remaster of it.
Yeah, you just play the HD version. It's anyway. Lunar Remastered, hadn't played those games before. Finally played through them. It was just good to play through them. I'm glad they were available. They were just a pain to get, prior to this. So, and they added, a few extra things to it. But otherwise, just good to experience those. But, I'm gonna let you talk about tactics because I do think like that's like one of the top contenders for me though.
Definitely.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Like I still wish there was a Switch 2 version of that. I would love to have played it on the Switch 2 with like even better performance. But they streamlined the heck out of the game because when I first originally tried to play it on Wii U, it was like overwhelming and I couldn't get into it. And this time, like they made it. It's still a pretty large game. It's probably the biggest Xenoblade game they've ever made because it's true seamless open world. The other ones are just like interconnected large zones. They're not seamless. This is seamless. You can go fucking anywhere as you explore the map, and then you get the flying mechs called Skells. Like it's just like from a technical standpoint, it's like insane. It's absolutely insane. The soundtrack's fantastic. Like I actually am very happy I played through this. I don't think it's better than as a core game. I don't think it's better than 1 or probably 3. I need to replay 2 someday. Like I just have a bias against that game because that battle system did not click with me forever. But it's still a very good game, and I really wish they'd make a follow-up to this type of game, but I don't think they're ever going to pursue this type of game again. But the amount of quality of life they did do to this game to address like a lot of the issues that the Wii U version had, I think it was surprising that they made this happen. And they still like had online intact for it, even though I chose not to really utilize it. Just had a really fantastic time with it. I was really glad I finally got to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Sick. Yeah, Tactics, I mean, like, what do you say? It's like one of the best games of all time, and they did a great job polishing it up. Like, they made it just the quality of life alone in this, like, skippable random battles, fast forward, like, friendly, like, you can take your fucking decisions back, like, your moves back. You're not locked in by moving someone forward. It almost made... It made that a certain secret dungeon later in the game where everything is in the dark almost, trivial. But, like, yeah, I don't know. This game is fucking sick. The story is great. Incredible, like, job system.
Hell yeah.
Some of the coziest grinding in the biz.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. This game is fantastic. I think that it looks really good. The voice acting is god tier in this. The fact that it has voice acting for the entire thing, just wonderful. Music is wonderful. I love this game so much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest, same thing with Final Fantasy. These were so old games, like NES days, so they were essential to be remade to let everyone play. They've had some like mobile remasters of them, and you've been able to play like those originals, but just, like you're saying, quality of life, voice acting, all that, fast forwarding. It's really fun to revisit the origin of such a legendary institution of our industry, which is Dragon Quest. One of the founding RPGs, basically. Yeah. Like one of the founders of video games.
One of the first two, kinda.
And, like, especially going back to 1 is so fun because, it's originally called Dragon Warrior. You're one person. Like, once you start getting all these party members and you gotta, like, equip, like, 6 people with, weapon, helmet, shield, armor, skills, like, all that with, like, 6 people can get pretty tedious. It's so refreshing to just have your one person.
I didn't know you were a party size purist.
I love parties. I love it, but I also appreciate this for being so lean.
Of that.
It's so lean.
Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes it does get overwhelming.
Lean meat.
Just like because I feel like Dragon Quest 3 kind of has that where it's like you're swapping in some kind of your pawns sometimes, and you gotta like redo all their gear, and it just there's some downtime and it takes some time, and it's like it's just let me grind some monsters here. Let's go. So yeah, really, really nice package. And it's cool that they're both together because they're combined length of 3. So the fact that they put 1 and 2 together, I think is really generous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Red Dead? We talked about Lunar already.
Red Dead. Shout out.
It's Red Dead.
It's Red Dead.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it?
Polished up.
Best version of the game you can play. Minus PC, of course. Is it even on PC now? Red Dead 1? Red Dead 1's not on PC, right? Or is it now?
No one knows except Red Sky.
Yeah. This is like the best console version you can play. Originally, they had the Xbox Series X version of the original that was the best, and now this is like definitively the best. I went through the whole thing. There was like one bug. Just really good.
A lone bug.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4 was sick.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4 is good, but they fucked 4 up. They fucked it up. They changed how you play. They gave shit a time limit. Boo.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I only fucked around in 3.
Yeah, 3 is...
Remake, actually.
3 is one of the greatest games ever made as well. That's why this list is so crazy. There's a lot of goats on here. It's on Steam now. Yeah, for Red Dead.
And didn't they take out some of the music? They didn't get some of the...
Yep, couldn't get all the music. So, yeah, Tony Hawk 4, disappointment.
Scuff, dude.
Yeah.
Onimusha 2.
Onimusha 2 took like 6 years to get this.
Yeah.
Because Onimusha 1 came out like pre-COVID.
Yeah, that was a hot minute ago.
So we're just lucky to have it, and I just wanted to give it a shout out and a nomination.
And there's a new Onimusha coming this year?
Yes.
Someday?
Way of the Sword, and then hopefully we get Onimusha 3 Remaster as well. We still need that. Finish it off, Capcom. Don't pump the brakes.
Was a 94 on Metacritic.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original does, Zailerina.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were... Maybe they thought you were saying that the original was bad.
Oh, no. The original Tony Hawk 4 rips.
Which one's Underground?
Yeah.
Is that...
Underground.
So it's 1, 2, Underground, 3, 4.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, Underground, Underground 2.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Underground was its own.
I played a shitload of 2 and 3 and none of the others.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to me, from our talking, it sounds like FFT, Xenoblade, or Dragon Quest.
Probably FF.
Tactics.
That's what it sounds
think
like.
Tactics?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Tactics.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
Yeah, Zailerina,
It's
for
Tactics.
sure. Okay. It's crazy that they would butcher Tony Hawk 4 like that. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand.
They butchered my boy.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the developer logic there.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to just ask them. Like, can we get them in the studio and we can just ask them point blank? Like, why'd you do this?
Congratulations to Final Fantasy Tactics.
None of us played
Yukara. Go ahead.
Sorry, none of us played Yooka-Laylee. I heard it was an improvement, but the original one just put me in such a sour mood. I had no desire to want to play the new one.
We
played it at Summer Game Fest, and it wasn't running very well
it
either.
Ran terribly, so I think that kind of made us forget about it a little bit.
Yeah, but the Possible Lair was very good. The follow-up.
Yeah, that was good.
That one's pretty good, too.
Next up, best game to play. Winner was Final Fantasy Tactics of Ivalice Chronicles of Best Remaster Remake Official 2024. 2025. What the fuck year is it?
2025.
Next up.
2025.
Best game to play in one night. We only have 3 on here for this.
Maybe skip this one. Honestly, I'm so bummed because I feel like the winner would have been Despelote, and that was the number one. That was the number one game of shame that I did not finish this year, and it's like 2 hours long.
It's funny.
I'm fucking tired. I'm so tired.
There are a lot of short ones I haven't finished either.
It's funny. I don't know about Blippo Plus, but T2 and Marvel, you could easily beat like 4 times in one night. They're both so short.
Yeah. I mean,
Marvel is actually fun. I think Marvel is a fun game to be like, let me do this 3 times in a row, just because all the combinations with the characters is crazy.
We can go through this really quick. Blippo Plus is like, this one I put on here just because it's kind of cheeky, but it's like, you could watch it all in one go. You get like 20-ish minutes of video per day, and there are like a certain number of days, so you could on the version on Steam you could get through all of it. It's just weird and fun, and I didn't know where else to put it really.
Cool.
Terminator 2D No Fate we talked about, and Marvel Cosmic Invasion we've talked about, but it seems like it would go to Cosmic Invasion.
I would feel comfortable with that.
Okay. And there are a lot of other little narrative games and stuff that we didn't finish this year.
Despelote would have won this.
Yeah.
But again, I did not. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard.
He's trying.
trying so hard to play everything. It's impossible.
All right.
What else we got here?
Next up is this one's gonna get tricksy.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not. No. I mean, I know.
No,
I think I know what. Oops,
no, it's not.
Not narrative. Not narrative. Not
no,
narrative.
it's not. We know. We know.
Is it who I think it is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Obsessed.
All right. Okay. Well, maybe this won't take that long. But all right. So best character.
Obsessed.
Okay. So we have a long list here. Jan Dolsky from The Alters.
Jan Dolsky.
Hinako from Silent Hill F. SKA from SKA Minoko from
SKA rips.
Expedition 33. I would add Gustav to that.
So jolly.
Yeah.
So jolly.
What's it, Charlie Cox?
Yeah.
He was good.
So jolly.
I loved
him.
What
a jolly character.
He was great. Pauline from Donkey Kong, Garmon and Zara
he was
from
very
Silk
warm.
Song. Yeah. Green Prince from Silk Song. Melanoe from Hades 2. Hornet from Silk Song. Lee Florence Monod.
She's the legendary stalker, and I love, again...
I know who she is. I don't know how to say her name.
Just like the other...
They won't tell me.
Just like the final boss of Overture, heavily alluded to in the main game. You never see her, you just hear about her. So I love when you get the payoff, when it's like, I've only heard rumors of this legend, and then they appear. Mm-hmm. So cool.
Don Teresi, Mafia, and Yasuke from Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Shout out.
Quite a lineup.
Yasuke. So Shout out. We're going to have to rip through these because there's a shitload of them. SK and Minoko obviously don't count for reasons we talked about in our discussion deliberations that got erased. Hinako just did a great job.
Incredible.
Getting tortured to death or half to death in Silent Hill F.
Really incredible character and performance.
Incredible screaming.
Like, I know I don't speak Japanese, but it was like really fucking good.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like,
I played this game in English and Japanese, and both actors did an amazing job.
Anytime it was a cutscene with her, like, I was just captivated.
Oh yeah.
You know, she really sucked me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Jan Dolsky. Probably, like, for me and Huber.
It's Jan Dolsky.
Because it's a little unfair because there's, like, 9 of them. But
if you're unfamiliar with the alters, this person basically clones himself, and each version is way different, and they're all voiced by Alex Jordan, and it is just, like, seven or so versions of this one character. And they are all so different, but they're the same person, but they're different, and it's just...
I mean, yeah, you get it. You can get into...
It's so awesome.
You could get into, like, philosophical arguments of, is this one character, or is it 12 different characters?
Yeah.
And, like, the answer is yes to both.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the point. But, like... Yeah, Jan Dolsky is just, like, nuanced and pretty wild, and...
There's so much depth. Narratively rich. You are rooting for so many of them. They make mistakes. You know, like, they learn, they grow, they do good things and bad things. It's just like it's so layered. There's so much going on with all of them.
Well, and the whole game lives or dies on this character being interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like the entire point of the game.
Yeah.
So it would have to work.
Yeah.
Or this game is in trouble.
Yeah. It's like a one-person Broadway show.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a one-person play. Obviously, all these other characters are great.
Yeah.
We can talk about them more at length if you guys want.
I mean, shout out to main characters.
There's a lot of
Melanoe and Hornet. I feel like, you know, anime vibes, right? Everybody loves to root for the supporting cast. Everybody loves the support. They get to be cooler, usually. They get to be darker, or more interesting, or more quirky, even. You know, sometimes the main character has to, you know, be the every person, or play it a little more straight. And I just want to give a shout out to Melanoe in Hades 2 and Hornet in Silk Song for really carrying those games narratively, and the way they interact with everyone is so nice. Like, obviously there's really cool supporting characters, but those supporting characters play off of Hornet and Melanoe so well. So I just want to give a really big shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone have anything to say about any of the other ones?
Shout out to Yasuke. There was so much fucking internet racism and hatred of this casting. That was one of the biggest stories of 2025.
And based on a real fucking person.
Just absolute,
by the way,
absolutely absurd. I kind of fucking hate Assassin's Creed Shadows. He is easily the best part of this game. I played the entire game as him when I could. His story was so great. His voice acting was so great. He was by far the only interesting part of that entire game. So, great character.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then Don Teresi has some of the best voice acting. Classic mob boss vibes.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex Jordan, who I know, met him a couple of times. So like, shout out to him. He's a great guy, and did a great job as Jan Dolsky.
Shout out. I fucking love Jan Dolsky. I love Jan Dolsky.
Anything else anyone want to talk about anybody, or is it?
Damiani, you're super passionate. I know you love Pauline and stuff.
Cool about.
I thought. No, I put Pauline in there because I thought maybe like Isla would, but
she's great.
Pauline,
didn't finish the game.
Yeah, I mean, just shout out to Garmon and Zaza from Silk Song. If you actually finish, if you get to Act 3 and actually see the conclusion,
dude. Yes,
tears.
Some of the best,
profound sadness.
We have such good true endings this year.
Oh yeah, no Death Stranding characters.
So good.
Huh. Oh, I just took them off because I figured
they're all
probably going to be something else. Yeah,
they're all winners.
That one is like such an ensemble. It's tough. That is like ensemble the game. It is the game where I truly love like every character evenly, and I'm a Norman Reedus head, and I love them all so evenly. It's like one big family. I just want to hug them all, Yeah.
And then Higgs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics characters. Oh god, yeah, they're so good. But that feels weird because it's like those characters were written 100,000 years ago. Beep boop beep. Okay, yeah.
I mean, John Marston.
John Marston. John Dolsky, official character of the year 2025 from Easy Allies.
Good job, Jan.
Congratulations, Jan.
Best narrative. We put The Altars, Final Fantasy Tactics, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Hades 2, Silksong, and Mafia.
Any others? I feel like we're forgetting something here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Best narrative.
Bloodlines had its moments, but it's not good enough probably to be on here.
Yeah, even Liza P. Overture, the story was really good, but like best narrative, no. Pirate Yakuza, another one, had some really good narrative stuff, but like best, no.
I mean, it's kind of a bummer that our deliberations...
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Oh, yeah.
Nominated.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotta put it on there.
Yeah.
Knew I forgot something.
2.
Yeah, that's gotta be there for a narrative.
Counter-Strike 2, added to the list.
Yes.
Yes. Exposition 33 is not being snubbed. We didn't...
Yeah, I don't...
We don't like that narrative.
I'm not a big fan of the narrative of it, truly.
I'm not the only one.
Nope.
I didn't have to really do anything.
All of us.
I'll say that.
I was very intrigued by it, and I went down rabbit holes of videos to learn more, and I think there could be more to that, but there are a few things I still like. They didn't sell me off on well enough that I felt like it took away without since we don't need needlessly spoil this.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't need to needlessly spoil it. I'm not.
The who shot JR element is just so fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I don't understand why everyone gives it a pass.
Yeah, I'm not huge on it, and it just dragged on.
And it's very like mystery porn for no reason,
which I do not like, so that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't like it.
I'm not a mystery porn man.
It's like, I'm not interested in your conversation if I don't know what you're talking about. Renoir and Verso. Anyway, best narrative. We got The Altars, Final Fantasy Tactics, Death Stranding 2, Hades 2, Silksong Mafia, and Citizen Sleeper 2. Citizen Snips!
Love Citizen Sleeper 2. This is like the most meditative, chill out, just like take you away game. This is a game where you just play in the middle of the night, lights off, just it's like part visual novel top tabletop, Think about the power of those genres, right? A tabletop game with like your imagination, but then also the visual novel element where it's like, obviously giving you walls of text, but it's like the music is so good and the vibes are so good that it's fun to just read these stories. And like the stories are so fun in it because it's like a book where it's like giving you, characters are talking, but then there'll be some like paragraphs about just narration and vibes, and it's like, you know, the night is dark and the moon is coming in, you know, just like setting the tone.
Direct quote from the game.
Yeah, just fucking cool. I love it so much. And there's like a lot of choices where you can impact the story, a lot of good supporting characters, so many branching paths. Love it.
Mafia.
Mafia.
I'm going bottom up for some reason.
Mafia, you know, we talked about it a lot. Really cool historical story. You know, I love the historical setting. That's not very often in games. It's usually like modern sci-fi or fantasy rather than like a period piece. And I love that.
A lot of knife fights too.
A lot of fucking
which is great.
Yeah.
Silksong.
Silksong, Damiani.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just did a better job of the storytelling in this one without being overbearing. Because as a Metroidvania, I always want gameplay first, and this had like a good amount of story. And they found a good way to marry it to gameplay and design that encouraged me to engage with it, because it's also one of the paths to unlocking Act 3 and the true stuff through the wish system, the side quest system, because you still will have random encounters where you come across NPC, you don't know what quite to do about them. Are they good? Are they friendly? Are they foe? What do I need to engage with them? They have a quest, but they kind of, that was the original Hollow Knight. This one, they kind of categorized it a little bit, gave it a little bit more purpose, and it helps with like both the immediate, like the immediacy, like you see entire areas get kind of like transformed because you're helping them out, or different paths open up in terms of like paths through like the entire game will open up, like different ending options come available. As I said, like multiple ending options become available depending on some of the interactions you have with the NPCs, and they're all like, I thought they were like, you know, had really good writing for what they were, and like just the lore to the world behind it, and coming off of like people, all the theories and crazy stuff people were doing with Hollow Knight, the fact that like they were still able to nail that with Silksong. They still have the meta level stuff going. The Mushroom Man guy stuff.
Mushroom Man guy. What is the deal with Mushroom Man guy?
Alluding to what's coming beyond this game. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff in this game if you want, or you can just ignore it all if you really want. It doesn't get in your way if you don't want it there either. Except if you want Act 3, you have to do stuff.
Yep, Hades 2, similar situation, Damiani, where you roll credits and there's even more to discover and more revelations. You know, Hades 2 is just constantly surprising you forever. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they do it. Like, unlimited dialogue and story in this game. You play for 60 hours and it's just like, every time you think there's nothing more to say in the game, there's like a full-on narrative arc. And it's like, wait, what? There's more? It's just constantly narrative arcs. There's just a really good story of family in this. And like the power to forgive, which I fucking love. In Hades 2 really hits that. It's like there's a ton of characters in this game. It is a massive cast. Some are really, really supporting, but then some of them are very important. And, you know, they all want different things, but like you as Millennium are ultimately running the show. So it's just fun to see them play off each other and for them to, you know, want different things out of you, but for her to believe in redemption and believe in forgiveness and believe in family, despite some pretty wild acts from some of the villains and some of the history of these characters. Really, really cool. Really solid stuff.
Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
DS2.
I just think that the whole team, the writing team, and Kojima got a little bit more focused and had a little bit more direction with this one. I think there was a lot of maybe the bad side of Kojima's style came out in the first game. This game, I think they reeled it in a bit, and they have
way more personal
fun. It is Yeah, it also like they clearly leaned more into like there's emotional storytelling, there's serious moments, but there are so many goofy fun moments. It was like felt like Metal Gear
the Pizza
again
Man.
without like this is basically
the Pizza Man
like
Damiani.
this to me is like probably what they were trying to go for with the Phantom Pain for the total package. Obviously, it's not literally Metal Gear. There's a lot of references and allusions to Metal Gear, but this feels like what Phantom Pain was supposed to be in the end. If Kojima couldn't finish the game and had it completely like done and wasn't under all the pressure and chaos that was going on over Konami at the time. This is like the fully realized version of the game, plus new stuff like the world building, like building the infrastructure and stuff like that. Sorry, that's a gameplay stuff, but like how it like tied to like the story though is that like the world of like Australia, like it coming to life. I felt like the U.S. and stuff in the first game, like the United Cities of America, it was like an okay narrative. This one, I felt like they did a little bit more of the same, but but they also like you said, the pizza guy, like they had, I think, a little. They like didn't get too overbearing any of the individual characters, and they felt like they had a little bit more to them. They felt a little too superficial in the first game. Some had like okay development, but a lot of them were very one dimensional. There was like the one with like the father daughter and like the mother one, like in the wasteland area, like over in like the east by like the giant lake. That like whole thing was like crazy and stuff. And like finally like the daughter and the like father finally get to meet after like 10 years. But you get to like interact with the two different ones and like I forget their name. Like they're all like the artist or the inventor and stuff like that. Also, yeah, their names. But yeah, the pizza one was like insane. But they had it had so many good ones like that. But as an overall story, I mean, I think I was not really lost in this one. I think maybe you can accuse them of maybe over-explaining a few things for the sake of not being confused. But like the stuff what was going on with like the beach, the BTs, what was going on with Higgs, like it all made sense to me. I was not lost. Was not very lost by the end. I'm like, okay, I know what the stakes are. I know what's going on. And the stuff with tomorrow, tomorrow and what they do with that, like I actually really like that, and I think it brings the first game full circle. Some people didn't like that. I really like that, and it adds a lot more meaning to
and punish Sam Porter Bridges.
Yeah, not just part one and Sam's character, but also like it's very well done. And like the Neil stuff, it actually made Neil stuff more, because I was a little not sold on Neil stuff for a little while, and then when they had like the reveal, it's like, okay, his character just took a little step up for me, because now I understand his motivations, because I thought it was like really petty. Also, I forgot his stupid Neil's thing with the soldiers in the first one. I forgot that's completely a Phantom Pain thing. People kept saying it was something else, but it's literally from the Phantom Pain first trailer. I forgot.
Yeah.
Where he does the thing. I was like, oh my god, it's Phantom Pain. I forgot about
everything.
That. Anyway.
So many Metal Gear nods.
Yeah, so many nods. Too many nods. Magellan, freaking Metal Gear Rex head. I was like, okay.
Yeah, straight up Rex head.
Final Fantasy Tactics, I mean, what can you say? It's like one of the legendary stories in video game history. Is it fair to put it in here? I don't know. But I think it's like a fucking Shakespeare historical political drama.
Epic.
It's incredibly well written. It's meaningful. It resonates. Still, like, to this day, like, felt very relevant currently. The characters are all really great. Yeah. Love it.
Hell yeah.
Incredible. And it shows you how to have an ending that's, complicated and maybe not exactly happy, but still good.
Yeah.
And then the Alters is like ride or die on its story, as
insane
as much
story.
as its management stuff. And it's such an interesting concept. That it's done really well, I think. What do you think?
It's an insane story. It's the coolest story, I think. One of the coolest.
It's very unique, yeah.
I like that, you and I talked and we had pretty different endings as well.
Very different. He had a very, different ending than me.
But like, in a good way. Like sometimes that can be
great, yeah.
Sometimes that can be frustrating. It's like, oh, I got the bad ending, or like, oh, I got the good ending. And it's like, even though my ending was like kind of bad, I mean, shit happened in my ending. Like,
some
whoa,
pretty bad stuff.
But it still felt
But it's also the consequences of your actions.
It still felt right. I didn't feel bummed.
Yeah.
Like, I felt sad for the characters in my narrative, not sad because I got the bad ending. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, like, I, regret not doing that, or I should have done that. It felt really good, even though my outcome was, like, not great.
Very bleak. He got maybe the worst ending.
I ran out of time!
Yeah. Maybe, like, second worst ending. But, yeah,
insane.
like, having gotten maybe arguably the best ending, it works either way, and, like, it follows from your decisions, and, like, what the characters do in that game, and how they react to your choices and stuff. It feels very realistic, and, like...
Yeah.
Your consequences have actions in this game.
When you do a thing in a game, and it makes you fucking question it, and it makes you uncomfortable, and it's like, wait, I don't want to necessarily do that to these video game characters. Mm-hmm. Like, that is such a powerful feeling. Like, that is top tier design and writing, where it's like, wow, if I do this, it'll have this benefit, but am I morally okay with this? Right. Like, wow.
It makes you question, like, is this, like, this way
is this okay?
This way of doing this might work, but is this evil? Yeah. Like, am I a bad person if I
Shout
do
out.
Like, it has a lot of, like, very well, Tabula Rasa versus Implant is, like, the big gray area decision where you're just like, neither of these is perfectly black and white.
Yeah.
And, like, it seems like it's going to piss off, like, half my crew no matter what I do. Like,
but then a game also, in that same breath, a game where it's like, you still choose maybe the morally bad thing because of the scenario where it's like, well, I have to do this or else, like, everyone is, or else other bad things are going to happen. It's like, I'm going to do a bad thing to prevent other bad things. It's like,
And, like, the characters, they do a good job without saying anything specifically, but, like, Yondolsky, in the story, they have a good few lines about, like, accepting the consequences. Like, I have to do what we need to do right now to survive, and if we make it, I will deal with the problems when we get there. Like, and it's a really interesting narrative.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's between Alters and Death Stranding here for me, but I'm leaning towards actually Death Stranding.
Like, obviously Final Fantasy Tactics is, like, one of the GOATs. I think it's more fun to give it to something, like, literally from this year. I'd be chill with Death Stranding. It's for me. It's the Alters or Death Stranding.
The Alters, though, yeah.
I mean, it's the Alters or Death Stranding, but
I really like both.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be totally chill with either one.
Alters has, like,
me.
Like,
Alters, I was so like, going into the Alters, I was like, because I had, like, hung out with Alex Jordan, and I was like, I should probably play this game, like, and I know Blood was really high on it, which 50-50 shot 50-50. Means I'm gonna love it or I'm gonna fucking hate it. Mm-hmm. But Blood was right, and, like, so it really surprised me, and, like, the fact that I got, like, Sophia and I were, like, obsessed with this game for a straight week, like, nonstop devouring it. So it was a big surprise to me.
Death Stranding 2, I really love the tonal shifts. They're never jarring. Like Damiani was saying, Kojima just hitting all of the right notes at all times. Having smaller stories within the larger story. It had such a big scope. You were talking about how Final Fantasy Tactics is really relevant now. Death Stranding 2 also really relevant. America coming into this other country to connect it.
They talk about that a lot in the game where it's like, we don't want to connect. Like, you're just going to exploit us.
So very relevant there.
It's also written for COVID stuff too. Like, it was supposed to capture, because it was in development when COVID hit. So it's like combined with that as well.
What do you say, Damiani?
I say we make Dawn pick.
You know what I'm picking? Dawn. I'm picking Alters.
True.
100%.
There we go.
I didn't think you would do
Easy.
it.
Cool. All right, moving on.
Easy.
I didn't think you would actually
Love
know.
it.
I was joking.
Love it. No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Damiani, is that all right?
Chill.
Yep.
All right.
Chill. Jan Dolsky.
Dolsky rises up.
Fucking legend.
The year of the yawn.
Here we go.
All right, next up, a crowd favorite. Best weapon.
Yeah. Some good weapons this year.
All right, run it down, Hubie.
All right, we got the Beast Arm from Silent Hill F. We got the Cataclysm from Lies of P Overture. We've got Desecura from Hades 2. We've got Oborozuki from Shinobi. We've got the Cryo Cannon from RoboCop Unfinished Business. We've got the Wolf Blade from Ghost of Yotei. We've got the L110 from Battlefield 6. That's an LMG. I'm just a fan of those in Battlefields. And Nosferatu in Ball X Pit.
The hell?
Okay, wait. Is Cataclysm a shotgun?
It is.
Okay. I was like, no shotguns?
Yeah,
What's happening?
It is.
Okay. So there's at least one shotgun.
Yes. The Beast Arm in Silent Hill F. Just wow.
It's also like...
Just wow.
It's maybe the most like narratively resonant weapon on this list. It's so fucking fucked up. Like the cutscene, the string of cutscenes wherein Hinako endures what she endures. One of the more fucked up things I've seen in a game in a minute.
Insane.
It's like, what the fuck?
And it's just such a freaking awesome weapon. It's so fun to use. The, like, big charge up hit and knowing when to, like, release that. Yeah. Obviously, when you go Super Saiyan mode and you're, like, slashing around, the light versus the heavy attack, you can kind of get that, like, combo in if you do, like, heavy.
Her cool animation, too, where she runs forward.
Kind of, like, dragging it.
And she's like, ah!
So cool.
Real good.
So cool.
Real good.
I know Chad is saying Gunblade for Lies of P Overture, but for me it's Cataclysm all day, every day, hands down, 10 out of fucking 10.
Shotgun bias is real.
Yeah, this is your Legion arm. The fucking visual impact and the sound impact of this thing when you do a full charge and the way he like charges it up and blasts and it is just a literal explosion. Like a literal explosion, and it's just like you stun the enemies. Like sometimes I would just be like spamming it a little bit. Sometimes I would really try to get that full charge in. It is just so satisfying every single time, and it's just awesome. They added a fucking shotgun to Lies of P. Like, let's go, let's go.
Is it Pacific Rim or Godzilla x Kong or both, where there's like a rocket-propelled fist?
Definitely Pacific Rim.
That's the most recent.
It's also
the most recent Kong. Kong is it? Yeah.
Kong has it.
And also Evangelion, I think. Has
Oh yeah.
Classic mech action.
Darius Kira, Hades 2. Similar to the Spear in Hades 1, I just want to give it a shout out because that's my favorite weapon in that game, and that game is all combat.
Spear.
Yeah, super
and
duper
Big
fun.
O. Yeah. Big O.
Shinobi Damiani, just your sword. Just your sword in it.
Oh, is that the katana?
Yeah.
Just your fucking sword.
Just your katana.
Just
Shout
your
out to Big O.
Very special sword.
Yeah.
Special.
Super epic. The Cryo Cannon in RoboCop. Look it up. I'm a sucker for freezing.
Talked about that a little bit.
I'm a sucker for freezing an enemy and shattering them.
Yeah.
So good.
When is that not?
Never gets old.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
Yeah.
Best way to kill someone.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero.
You simply must freeze and shatter someone.
Sub-Zero, baby.
Yeah. The Wolfblade, Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei, my favorite part of this game was the combat. This game fell flat for me. I know it has been nominated for GOTYs here and there. A lot of people really, really love it. I loved the first half. I was so gripped and immersed and obsessed. And the longer I played this game, the more completion checklist stuff I did. And the more it went on, it just kept diminishing down. So I'm sorry.
Oof.
I really like Ghost of Yotei, but I didn't like it as much as Tsushima. But I did like the combat. And I put the blade... I really like the spear. I kind of just didn't know what weapon to put on here, because in the first game, you just have the different stances with the sword. This, you have multiple weapons. So you're constantly swapping weapons depending on what the enemy has, which I really like. But I just put the sword in there. Battlefield, thought I would throw one in there. You know, one of my favorite things in video games is laying down suppressing fire.
Yeah.
Just putting an extended magazine on that.
Lay down a suppressing fire.
Fall back in the incinerators. I love putting like the 150 or 200... The 200 round magazine, jumping into the battle, putting up the bipod, and then just for 25 seconds shooting.
So it's like a saw?
Yeah.
It's like okay.
Basically, yeah. So just for like 25 seconds straight, just shooting 200 bullets at like the general wall of enemies.
Sure.
So satisfying.
You know what I was looking up the other day? I was like full like researching the biathlon rifles.
Those are insane.
And I was like,
yeah,
how much do these cost? Like, what's the deal? Like,
yeah.
I love a bolt-action rifle, you know?
Totally.
That shit is crazy. Norwegians invented that.
Favorite bolt-action rifle of all time?
M1 Garand?
Last of Us. Really good bolt-action rifle. Ball pit. Shout out, a lot of different weapons in this game. Wanted to give it to Nosferatu because it's more of a secret recipe. You combine certain balls that you get in this game. It's all about discovering different like ball combinations. Okay. You can get Nosferatu, and it like a literal Dracula ball comes out and starts like stealing enemies' life and puts like bleed on them and all this shit. It's so cool.
Sick.
I want to give it to the Beast Arm or Cataclysm really badly here.
Hell yeah.
Cataclysm is my #1 favorite of the year, but the Beast Arm is a hair, no pun intended, behind, but the narrative implications, Isla, of the Beast Arm, they might lift it above even the Cataclysm for me.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that M1 Garand isn't technically a bolt action.
No. Semi-auto.
Yeah. The Springfield is the bolt action.
Yeah.
M1 Garand is sick, though, too.
Tough. Anything from Night Rain?
I mean, Night Rain, it's all the fucking... It's all Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's all they're all good. Like,
yeah.
But I actually...
Monster Hunter, I love the hammer, but I've done that 100 times.
It's great. Yeah. I've been playing through Elden Ring again after playing Night Rain, because it put that dog in me again. And it is interesting, the weapons that are, like, God tier for a character in Night Rain are, like, fine in Elden Ring. Yeah. Right? Like, you find a Misericord in early game Elden Ring as the Duchess, and you're like, shit, yeah. You find one in Elden Ring, you're like, I'm not going to use that.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. But, yeah. I mean, Beast Arm for me, I didn't play Lies of P Overture, but Beast Arm is nuts. And just like story-wise,
it completely crazy. Changes the game. It's fucking out of nowhere. I mean, go with the Beast Arm.
You do not see it coming.
Go with the Beast Arm.
Okay.
Do it.
And in a Silent Hill game, you're like, wow, okay, we're doing that, huh?
Even though the Cataclysm again is my favorite, and it had a lot of impact for me, the Beast Arm was like a this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Act 3 of Berserk Golden Age arc for sure.
Going from a wooden planks and a lead pipe to a fucking Beast Arm. Like, what are we talking about here?
Pretty fucking nuts.
Beast Arm.
Yeah.
All right, next up, best music. We've got Clair Obscur, we've got Death Stranding 2, we've got Donkey Kong Bonanza, we got Mario Kart World, we got Hades 2, we got South of Midnight, we got Silent Hill.
Also a Best Weapon nomination, Donkey Kong's Fists.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Those are lethal weapons.
Shout out.
Bonanza mode.
Shout out.
I should probably switch the graphic over to the music.
Best music.
Music.
Oh, yeah.
Expedition 33 has some...
I mean, Expedition 33's music is pretty fun.
Yeah.
God tier.
Probably the best part of the game.
Like, wow.
And the combat.
I love that combat.
Death Stranding 2?
I love that combat.
Fucking sick-ass music.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sick-ass music. Mario Kart World? Sick-ass music.
And Death Stranding 2, some of the music the visual aids of said music are insane. Like
in Death Stranding?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When some of that music goes down,
Death Stranding 2 is crazy.
Like what is going on when they're presenting that music? Those are some of my favorite moments of the entire year for sure.
I mean, we can go through. Excuse me. We could go through all these and talk about them individually if you guys want. To me, it seems like it's between Clair Obscur and Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out
that's
the original song when you get into town in Silent Hill F, with the like people singing and stuff. Real good.
Yeah.
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight.
Music.
Damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like Hades 2 music a lot. And especially I love in Hades 2 you can unlock there's like a musician at the Crossroads hub and you can unlock all the songs and they like play all the songs there. I love that.
Yeah.
Also there's a whole boss built around music. It's the Sirens.
Yeah.
The band and they like play different songs and stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah. So Clair Obscur or Death Stranding? What do you guys think?
Clair Obscur to me has the better soundtrack. I mean, I had heard people were like everything about that game I was saying was great, and I guess it was cut off. Or you'll probably might hear, might not hear, but like one of the things I thought was about Clair Obscur was that it'd been built up so much, and I didn't see how it like for me it didn't live up to the hype. But the music did though. Everyone's hyping up the music, and I was like, this is legitimately good, and it's not just like what you expect. It dives into a lot of different genres, and I was like, wow. I love when RPGs do this, where they just like go crazy and go all over the place. But it's appropriate. It feels like in the moment that you're in, this music fits, and it like blows you away. And it kept impressing me. Death Stranding though, like it just had if it wasn't Clair Obscur, it would have didn't exist this year. It would be Death Stranding for me if Clair Obscur was out, because it had the meditative music for when I'm just like traveling Australia, I'm building the roads, and it had like the hype music, all the different versions of BB's theme, the dance sequence, the dance sequence near the end, like holy shit. Like the reveal with the dance sequence, I was like,
insanity.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Like, what am I watching with this? Woodkid did an amazing job. Woodkid did a large part of the soundtrack, and it's like phenomenal. Like I was listening to it for like a lot. Like after I beat the game, I was like, I just kept playing the music. In fact, they have the music player in there is like, please keep playing this song. I love these songs. I want to hear them. And like the main theme or whatever, To the Wilder, I think it's called. There's even a version where there's like 3 versions of it. Elle Fanning plays Tomorrow actually sings on one of the versions too, and I was like, what the hell? Like she's pretty good at it. I was like, what the hell? Like they did a lot of good stuff with the music in that game, and one I really liked a lot. This one I thought was much better, and I
like Death Stranding 2 in every single way more than one.
Did you play the director's cut real quick? Director's cut
not.
Is basically Death Stranding 1.5. It has a lot of the stuff that is not you see in 2, but it wasn't there originally, and it makes it a much better game, but it's still not better than 2. And
Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur.
Except sometimes I do laugh when like numerous songs are just like Clair Obscur, Clair Obscur, Clair Obscur. Like
what's Verso? Like if they were in English, we'd probably laugh at them. Like what's Verso gonna do? Is like the lyric. It's like,
sometimes I did laugh, but it's a fucking 10.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Minoko song was like just wailing on a saxophone. It's like 10 as shit. All right. Before we get into our personal picks, we will reveal the patron goatee.
Woo!
Fuck it. I'll count up from the bottom.
Got to.
4% Hades 2. 4% Dispatch. 4% Split Fiction. 5% Ghost of Yotei. And so the way we did this was a little weird this year. We were trying to do something else. I'll do it differently next time, probably give multiple choice on the first round. But I was afraid that everyone would just click everything, and then it would... But then I'm like, well, that would just be a no vote, so I guess it's immaterial. So I'll do it multiple choice next time. But whatever. Anyway, and then we did a second round where you voted for your one. Ghost of Yotei, 5%. Kingdom Come Deliverance, 2, 4%. Blueprints 8%, Death Stranding 2 10%, Hollow Knight Silksong 13%, Donkey Kong Bonanza 13%, and the patron goatee is obviously Claire Obscure with 34% of the votes. We got a lot of votes, so
sick.
Pretty sick.
A landslide.
Thank you, chat.
Yes.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. All right, so now we get into our personal picks.
Yes, which won't be as long because we just talked about
most of the games.
Yeah.
Damiani, you want to rock it through yours while he's going to get the drink or whatever he's doing?
Sure. So I'll put Power Wash Simulator on here too now because I originally had it in Best 7. Besides Death Stranding, it's the other most therapeutic game of the year. A lot of quality of life improvements. Much better. It just improved upon the first one every way. It looks better. The water looks way better. The visual updates on this one are so really good. I played on PC. It looked fantastic on PC. Bunker storyline shit. They do some crazy shit. There's tease. There's a corrupt mayor storyline. And you're trying to expose it, and then it involves time traveling aliens and shit. It goes places. It's wild. It's what I wanted from it. Some jank obviously to some of the mechanics. So hopefully if they make a third one, they can iron out some of the physics of how things interact. But otherwise, yeah, really fun game. So my actually top 5. Number 5, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. I just think this is the best Warriors spin-off game, the non-mainline Warriors game they've ever done. In fact, they had been moving in that direction of blending in the third-party IP that they were adapting into the Muso formula. This is the best expression of that. It has DNA of a Muso game, but it has so much of Tears of the Kingdom. God, I was forgetting the Zelda game name. It has a lot of Tears of the Kingdom in it, and in terms of fusion stuff, and a lot of the other the building stuff as well, where you build other things. But most importantly, the narrative. If you are like me and a little bit annoyed by Tears of the Kingdom storyline, outside a few key moments, this is all the backstory. This is all the core story that should have been in Tears of the Kingdom. This is phenomenal. Sorry, it's I thought it was really good, but it's a travesty. It's outrageous that this game story is not in Tears of the Kingdom. This feels essential to Tears of the Kingdom. I'm what the hell is this not doing in Tears of the Kingdom? The storyline shit. Holy crap. Oh my god. But it was really freaking good for what it was. And I thought the previous one, Age of Calamity, was a very strong step in the right direction. And performance-wise, on Switch 2, it benefits from Switch 2. Really good stuff. Number 4 is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Obviously, then had some issues with the story as we got into Act 2 and into Act 3. Battle system I think is really good, but I do think it's parry dodge requirement can get a little overbearing at times. The whole get good or you got to deal with it. For full transparency, I played on PC. About a few hours into Act 1, I downloaded a mod that let me adjust the parry and dodge window, and I added I added a third more time for dodge and parries. And I was that's what I did with the Lost Crown, which had that option in the game. So just give me it made it it was totally great from that point on. But yeah, we talked about, soundtrack was great. I liked a lot of what they were doing in it. I think it's so much potential for them to build upon. I really hope they do get to make a follow-up, because I think the follow-up will be phenomenal. This is not quite there yet, and I don't fully buy into all of the accolades it has gotten. It's very impressive, but for me, it wasn't quite there yet. And the narrative, while it had problems, I'm very intrigued by a lot of the stuff. I went down a lot of rabbit holes, and I felt very happy. I was able, I understand everything now except for things that we don't know answers to. And I feel like I've just losted this game. I'm now in the lost phase of this game. All right, what's this really mean? Who are the writers really? What's going on here? Anyway, number 3, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Fantastic to have a new 3D game from the Mario team that isn't Mario, that, you know, was Donkey Kong and uniquely its own thing. It's not really, in my opinion, a true platformer. So, like, that will still be what I look forward to in a 3D Mario game. But the level environment interactions, the power-ups, how they all complemented each other, along with the freedom to, like, destroy and tackle objectives, and how much there was to do, and how easy it was to go back if you, like, you missed something. The music, the boss encounters, how they utilize your Bonanza powers, and then the pure challenge environments later of the challenge Bonanza areas. It had a lot, and like the finale, like what a great freaking finale. The Stranding 2 on the beach, we already said plenty about it. Like, just improves upon the first game in every freaking way possible. And I was just obsessed with building highways and the monorail system. Like, I absolutely did it. There was also one last thing, because we said so much about it. There is the two extreme dudes who are like on the South Beach near the end of the game, who give you the impossible mission where you need like 45 minutes. I missed it by 1 second. I wish I had recorded it. I literally, like, 1 second.
Oh,
I thought I made it, and then it like didn't count the time me hitting the button to advance the text. 1 second. I failed by 1 second. I had to do it all over again. I was like so angry at Kojima. But I mean, that was kind of cool to put a very late game mission. It's like, how well do you know this world? How much did you build up? Like, I was like, shit, that's kind of a cool concept. So like, they did crazy shit like that
this year had the best
game that Yeah, I like loved what they did with this game. They give you so many different ways to play it. Stealth, do stealth. You can play stealth like Metal Gear. Like, you can go in guns blazing if you got the good, like, you know, right stuff and like the right things. The modifications you put on your vehicle. Probably the one small thing that I think if they ever made a third one is the tension of the BT environments was pretty much minimalized in this one compared to the first one because it's more open world in this.
Yeah, even on Brutal Damiani, I could go around so many of them.
Yeah, it was just like, man, and
or
like,
run through, or drive through. You could drive through so many of those.
The snow area ones were like the most intense. Up in the high mountain one, that one was like, because like you're just so restrained by your movement, so restrained. I was like, oh dear, like you needed to do more of this shit right here, like where I'm forced into environmental hazards and dealing with BTs at the same time.
This just
and then my number
stands for bitch ass. Bitch ass.
Number one was a Hollow Knight Silk Song. Like, Hollow Knight is like one of the best games ever to me, and this one just like exceeds everything of the original game. Like, this is the definition of like worth the wait. Like, let the team take as much time. If they have a proven track record, they've done no wrong, let them take the damn time they need. Like, don't be skeptical. So if it takes 7 more years for a third one to come out, like, who cares? It'll be freaking
Avatar.
It'll be awesome. Like, we don't need games to be rushed out every 2-3 years, even if it's by an indie team. Like, who cares? Like all that, like, we know everyone wanted it because they were so excited about it, but like it got so ridiculous towards the end about like, this is the time Hollow Knight's gonna show up. Oh, it didn't show up, it must be canceled, or it's not. I was like, oh my god, shut up. Phenomenal game, like absolutely phenomenal. And like, I am, you know, it stinks that like it is intended to be played the way it is, and it might be a little too challenging for some people because it is in that same Souls-like vein. But I would recommend playing on PC and like maybe doing some tweaks, you know, to make it a little bit more manageable for yourself, because I still think it's a phenomenal game, even if you have to like mod it to turn down the difficulty a little bit, because just exploring that world on its own, interactive NPCs, and the soundtrack. This game has an excellent soundtrack as well. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Damiani. Loved it.
Love it.
Don, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll rip through my list. You don't need to do any visual aids.
It's
okay, no visual aids are necessary, Isla.
You prepped them!
All right, I'm going to rip through my list. So this is in no particular order. You know, some of them we've talked about. I always like to bring some attention to games that, like, I loved throughout the year. Some of them, not all of them hit perfection. Like, some of them are 7s, etc.
Yeah.
But I had enough fun and love for them that I want to call them out.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, here's my list of the games I enjoyed the most this year. Gal Guardians and the Servants of the Dark. This continued the Gal Guardians franchise, which I just discovered with this game, but just sick-ass pixel art. It's incredible. Awesome. It's a Metroidvania-style game, you know. It has really fun, big bosses. Everything, the weaponry, the combat, the progression was, like, really well done. It did have, like, weak points. I think it has, like, it ran into the problem, like, most Metroidvanias run into their biggest obstacle is, like, at times it was just sort of cryptic what you had to do. You end up kind of like retracing back and forth kind of deal in a negative way, you know what I mean? But everything else was working for the game really, really well. So I had so much fun with Gal Guardians, and I was glad to be able to discover that. I got Shinobi Art of Vengeance in here. Obviously, just the evolution. This is like Streets of Rage 4 in terms of like bringing this to the modern version of what it can be. So unbelievably fun. Like so many mechanics, yet so easy to keep track of them and so logical on how you can unleash them, even though you have like a lot of options on your plate. Right next to that, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Fuck yeah.
Which, less mechanics, but equally as tight, equally as fun, and equally as like, or maybe even more so, faithful to the original material of what it was from. It really felt like you're playing a 2D Ninja Gaiden game from old, except like really, really refined. And the bouncing back and forth between the characters was like a brilliant kind of take. Kept it really interesting, really exciting, and again, top-notch pixel art. What a year for pixel art. Sword in the Sea obviously got so much attention, and I loved that game this year also, but another surfing in the sand game that didn't get as much attention, which I love, was Star Overdrive. Star Overdrive, I had so much fun with this game. It basically rips a bunch of Tears of, or Breath of the Wild sort of mechanics, like in terms of the telekinesis type stuff and bonding materials. You have a lot of the similar tools to Breath of the Wild, but you're traversing the world on a surfboard. As you can see, you have a keytar, which you upgrade and everything and use as a weapon. Just traveling around this world feels so fun. All the traversal, like I enjoyed most of the puzzle stuff. The combat stuff, again, is really fun. They mix it up with the biomes in unexpected ways as you advance. And then you go back and forth. The gameplay, it just like really mixes it up between sort of things that are almost like racing style challenges all the way to puzzle to like action. It's all there and it just like really works together. It's just like fun game. And the plot is really cool. It's like you're tracking down your companion. You get these like radio so it has this like real radio transmissions you're tracking down. Has like really good mystery vibes and just like a really good eerie tone. You know.
Don, why do you hide games from us?
I've talked about all
of these. Yeah, why do you never tell us about the games you play? You're always just like, oh, I've been playing this.
I've talked about all of
these 5 games that you've never heard of. Like, what?
Star Overdrive. So fun. The physics and everything. It's a playground. And it's just like this big world, too. The scale of everything in Star Overdrive is like
really cool.
So fun. Again, small criticism on that game. It's like you start off sort of overpowered, and it takes a bit of time to work up to where you maybe should be at the beginning, I think, in terms of like your power-ups. But once you get going with your upgrades, it gets better and better and better.
Sick.
It's a sick game. Absalom, okay. We had a lot of fun with Absalom. We talked about that. Especially, I just want to call out particularly like I just loved the choices of like what the like different paths of upgrades were, whether you're doing like electricity, water, whatever it was just like such a fun progression of those abilities that it just made like endless experimentation. It really extended the longevity, I think, of that roguelike formula, just really wanting to experiment with the different formulas, and then whatever those like special power-ups you get that you select at the beginning, like your ultra move and all that. Cool. Nice variety of those. So Absalom was awesome. The Precinct. This game, again, was another game that, like, I had so much fun with, but it was, like, a little bit hindered. It was sort of in, like, a T2 kind of way of, like, every time. Yeah, it's like, it's a lot like the old game Beat Cop in terms of the loop you're doing, you know? You're doing this, like, you know, detective-type loop, returning to the station, solving these crimes and everything. It's on this isometric view, though, right? And it's such a weird thing because for this particular type of game, it like I love how it all looks. I actually love the isometric view for displaying the world and giving you perspective on the action and all of that. But then the actual mechanical way that plays out, because you're in that view, many times there's like it would be like I'd fail a mission because I just like clunky crap happened, or like the camera I wasn't like, you know, being able, or like driving missions, like it looks awesome, but at the same time it's what holds you up a lot of times. So like This game was a love-hate thing, where there was so much I loved about this game, but it also just, like...
A little bit frustrating.
Frustrating moments, yeah. Especially in some of the more challenging aspects. But I gotta call out, I just found out, because I hadn't played this one in a couple months, they added dogs on the next trailer. Canine update, which is sick as hell. You have your canine partner now, and you can, like, deploy him in all kinds of really rad-looking ways and everything. So that, the bonds of that, oh my god.
Can you be corrupt like real cops?
It doesn't have the same. That's the thing. It's a
real
little more
propaganda segment here, Don.
Beat Cop had a lot more like where you're like blurring the lines between like what the morality and what you're doing. This one is a little more straight shooting. But there's still some fun stuff.
So you're not like
you're one of the good ones.
You're not Bad Lieutenant Pornical New Orleansing all over the place.
Nothing like that. Nothing like Bad Lieutenant. What else? A few more that are on my list. We talked about Lego Party. Just such a surprising and fun and reinvigorated that sort of genre, I think, right, that we've seen so much from Mario Party. We talked about it though, so we love Lego Party. Gradius Origins. There were so many excellent collections this year, but we couldn't call them out because they're collections. Gradius I can call out though. I can call out Gradius because it had Salamander 3 in there, which is a brand new sequel to Salamander. We had so many of these awesome historical kind of collections this year in particular, Huber, and in the last few years that are giving us like not just the games to play, but all this extra material that we get to look through, museum quality things. The thing that Gradius Origins did so well also is they gave us all the region versions. A lot of these games aren't giving us the different region ones, and this one was just like encyclopedic and giving you Europe, Japan, different versions of Japan, and that kind of stuff is so fun when you're going back through these retro games and like exploring the differences, because in some of them like the differences are a lot more significant than you'd expect, especially with games like Gradius who are like known to be very challenging and at times extremely frustrating. Some of the other region, especially like Japan, I was surprised to find out. I always assumed like, oh, Japan is going to be like the hardest version. Not the case at all. Sometimes it is like way more. And it's like the same assets and everything for the levels, but they actually mix it up more than you'd expect, and it's just like more thoughtfully done. The challenge is a lot more fair, and it's like so.
I love the history of arcades and rentals. And people cranking up the difficulty so you would rent a game more times. You would rent it multiple times. You'd use a lot of quarters in the arcade. That shit's so interesting.
So Gradius Origins, we had a lot of fun with. Shantae Advance, I'm almost done. I'm almost at the end of the list. Shantae Advance I had to call out because Shantae Advance, this game, again, I had so much freaking fun with it. It was a game that was lost to time. It was never finished. Originally planned for the DS, I believe, or the Game Boy Advance, actually. Finally released or completed and released by the original team but they completed it in 2025, released it, and it's a freaking fun game. The art is like out of control, sick as hell. They've got all these like narrative interludes, maybe a little bit too much narrative interludes, like they're very long extended periods between gameplay sometimes where you're like reading and reading and reading, but all the character art is so friggin' sick and everything that it just like makes it kind of worth it if you're just hanging with the story and stuff. And the gameplay itself is fun as hell, and anytime they like finish and release a game, that's always fun. But then when it's actually super fun to play, like Shantae,
and it came out on Game Boy Advance this year also, apparently?
It came out this year,
This is a franchise I've always wanted to get into, but every time I've tried, it's been like, no, well, the first one is actually unavailable, or the first one is only on Game Boy. It's like,
I definitely think you can just jump in.
No, it's super narrative.
Really?
Super narrative.
If you care about it. I don't care about that. So like, I'm fine jumping in. But like, it does have an intense narrative. It has a very intense narrative. And then the last couple here, obviously we mentioned T2 3D, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and the last one I'll call out is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Okay, all right.
Because in the same way that Mario Party, Lego, I think, came at Mario Party and shocked it a little bit with how much it could reinvigorate something that's been done a million times before, I really think Sonic Cross Worlds was successful. Especially when I know a lot of people loved Mario Kart World. Oh, man, whatever. The music was great. A lot of that game to me came across as stale. I still, even now, I jumped in the other day and I was playing
Mario Kart World.
Mario Kart World. I'm playing it with a couple of kids. Like, how could this not be fun? And after 10 minutes, I'm just like, it feels there's something about it where there's no life. And Sonic just was like beaming with just like fun ideas, vibrant levels, the whole creating the parts and modifying your vehicles and all the like dozens and dozens and dozens of combinations that actually affect gameplay. It was just super, super fun, and it surprised the hell out of me. I didn't see it coming. So that's my list of some of the ones that you won't see on a Goaties, but I had fun this year.
I love it.
Bam!
Great list, Dawn.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
All right. Who hasn't gone yet? Me and you. Okay.
You want me to go or you go?
What do you want?
Whatever you want.
I'll go. I'm quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, I talked about Best 7, Bloodborne. Bloodborne?
Bloodborne. Best 7, Bloodborne.
No. Best 7 was Bloodlines 2.
Wait, are we on 10? Is this the 10 year for Bloodborne, right? 2016 game, right?
It was a 2015 game.
2015, it was last year. Fuck!
Yeah.
Okay.
Bloodborne 7 is coming out 2026. Yeah. No, yeah. Then I have some honorable mentions here. They're not super in order. Soulframe is in like weird Preludes Ultra Beta or Early Access Ultra Alpha.
When that hits,
buggy as shit.
Okay.
Right now, when it went publicly available with the Founders Edition, it was buggy as hell. But it's really fun, and I like the idea of it. And I love Warframe, so kudos to Soulframe. Just shout out to Soulframe. Silent Hill F goes on the honorable mentions for me. I really liked a lot of aspects of it, but I think that the structure and pacing of this game is a real fucking bummer. I think that like it's beautiful and intricate and interesting, and the story is cool. There's a lot of like really specific like trans imagery in it that is like weird that I don't think it really goes anywhere, but it's whatever. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, like you get stuck in too many combat arenas, you get stuck in too many like gotta run through this weird temple
so many times
for no reason, like cool, like, and you have to replay the game 3 times or twice to get the full story unless you don't do a specific thing on your first playthrough, which I think everyone would probably do. Some of it you can't. I don't think you can't.
No, you have to get the bad ending.
Yeah, you literally cannot unlock the real endings until you get the bad ending.
Yeah.
Which I just think is like a very tedious choice. Don't love that. And yeah, it didn't exactly feel like a Silent Hill game. Like, I think it did feel like a Silent Hill game in many, many, many ways. But yeah, I don't know. Beautiful though. Gorgeous game. Blue Belt Plus, we talked about. It's fun. It's weird. Peak was fun and weird. Night Rain, I really got a lot of enjoyment out of. It's Night Rain, what are you going to say? Tiny Bookshop, I played a shitload of this game, and it is really, really jolly. Sophia and I were playing it next to each other, and I was like, what if we just buy an Airstream and make a bookstore that we drive around LA? And she was like, somebody has to have done that. And like instantly she was like, yeah, somebody did it. It's just like, okay, got it. But yeah, every lesbian backup plan is combination bookstore, coffee shop, or coffee shop, tattoo parlor, or whatever, So it's like, tapping into the dream. Arc Raiders I had a great 2 weeks with.
Great 2
weeks. And then everyone got sweaty. Maybe 3 weeks. Everybody got sweaty, and it turned into a PvP only game, and then I lost interest entirely. Like literally have not turned it back on. I think I uninstalled it.
I uninstalled it.
Sunderfolk, dude. We're on to my like actual list now. Sunderfolk, I've only got 4 on my actual list that I thought were like real standouts. Sunderfolk is like such a special, weird little game. That I think I want more people to enjoy and play. You only really need to buy 1 copy, and you can Discord stream it to everybody else, and they can play with their phones if they're not in the same room as you. Works great.
I want to play more.
It's really fun. It's cute. Yeah, and I love anthropomorphized animals like that, like Redwall or Bloomborough or whatever. Real good stuff. Sunderfolk. And the story is good, and the voice acting is really charming because it's like it's meant to kind of evoke like a storyteller vibe or like a D&D kind of like, Secret of Nim for sure, like a D&D kind of DM sort of a vibe. So like the same lady does all the voices of all the characters, and she'll like do voices, and it's really fun. Then my official top 3, in no real order. They're all sort of tied for me in like different ways, but The Altars I loved. We talked about it. Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles is like an all-timer. And then Blueprints for me is just like one of the most special games in years. Fucking crazy. Yeah.
Sick.
All right.
Sick. I won't be that long because we did talk about so many of these. I have my number 1 game and then everything else. So I didn't rank them, so just kind of threw them all into the pot. But I do have one that for me stands above all of them. Shout out first up to Lies of P Overture. I love Lies of P so much. It is absolutely my favorite Souls anything other than From Software. I think it stands easily toe-to-toe with Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Sekiro and fucking Elden Ring. Like, easily the world, the combat, everything. I love it. I really love the storytelling in it. And it was cool to, like, see the past. Because you go in the past, like I was saying earlier, like, and you see all these characters. You see you see the great puppet war. It's just all killer, no filler. It's so focused. It's so fun to get a Souls DLC like that, where it's just like...
Love a Souls DLC.
Oh, God, it's the best. Yes. Mafia, one of my all-time favorite franchises since day one. Always think of my brother. Just, buying that off the shelves for PC. There's that memory, and then my dad is obsessed with, like, the real-life history of the Mafia, books and movies and everything. He's like my dad's a big history buff, so very attached to any kind of Mafia show. Boardwalk Empire is in, like, my top 3 shows ever made, so, yeah. Sword of the Sea!
Oh, yeah.
Sword of the Sea. This reminded me so much. I kind of said this on Huber Hyped On about Roger Ebert. He had a quote where, your interpretation of a movie can be dramatically different on any given day.
Yeah.
And Sword of the Sea Sword of the Sea for me is that, where it's like, whenever Sword of the Sea finds you, it's going to be totally different because it's like a non-dialogue game. It's just it's all up here, You're just kind of meditating out, feeling it out. You're just taking it in. Yeah, it's just a really special, magical game. Maybe didn't hit as high as like some of the other ones like Abzu and stuff. So it's not like my GOATY game, but definitely on my list for one of my favorites of the year. Sword of the Sea. Where am I? I'm lost. Citizen Sleeper 2. Came out in January, so long ago. We're over a year out now from Citizen Sleeper 2. It was one of the first favorite games of the year for the first, 3 months or so. I was like, that's my fucking goatee. I love Citizen Sleeper so much. If you love any kind of space story at all, if you call yourself a space enthusiast, this is the game for fucking you. Damiani, I know you love space. You should hit this up. The story is heavily Mass Effect, The Expanse. The reason 2 is so superior to 1 is because 1 is just in one location, and 2 is it's all over the titular. It's called Citizen Sleeper 2, the Star Ward Belt. So you are in this belt of the galaxy, and there's just so many other characters you can recruit to your crew, and there's an actual physical threat of this character from the company, Bounty Hunter, tracking you down. So you have to relocate sometimes. So there's this big threat, which I really found appealing. It is just a fucking magical game. Play it in the middle of the night and you will have the time of your life. Yes. Split Fiction, shout out, one of the best co-op games ever. This is I always talk about this, taking games for granted. Right now, Split Fiction to me is the number one game we as a community have taken for granted. We're all right, here's Split Fiction. Oh, it's a 10 out of 10. Cool, whatever. Oh, the writing's not the best, whatever. It's sure, maybe, but as a whole and as a package and as a co-op platforming action experience, it is really hard to match that level of quality. And I do, coming off of It Takes Two, I feel like that's another reason we're taking it for granted. Mm-hmm. It's like we just had It Takes Two. That's a 10 out of 10, won a lot of awards. Oh, now we have Split Fiction, okay. So yeah, incredible game, 10 out of 10. Blueprints, wow. Just wow. Like, really hard for me to get obsessed with a puzzle game. I like all genres. I will dabble with every single genre there is. Puzzle games, though, one of the lesser genres that I do dabble with because some of them are they have such like high barriers where it's like, I'm throwing myself at a puzzle for so long and I get frustrated or some lasers will come into the equation or something like that.
He loves lasers.
Yeah, and I feel like Blueprints is just one of the most refined, literally one of the most refined video games ever, where it's like you can be just the most insane puzzle brain head ever, or come at it from just like the most casual vibe of like, I'm just trying to find that hidden room. Like, let's go. I'll find it eventually. I'll get there. So it really appeals to every skill level of puzzle solving. And it's just super cozy. There's endless things to discover. The sense of discovery in that game, discovery is like one of the pillars of video games. It's like, what's behind the waterfall? Or, what little narrative nugget is going to happen when I beat this boss? Or something, sorry.
What?
Spitting everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So just absolutely some of the best sense of discovery in the business. And... I have talked a lot about like post-game content of 2025 is just legendary. Blueprints, wow. Yeah, post-game stuff.
Post-game heavy, depending on how you define post-game. Yeah.
Silk Song, Hades, that, fucking the Death Stranding like mission thing we were just like, there's like so many other games. Firebreak, just want to give it a shout out. Love the Remedy universe, love the Controlverse. Love being able to experience that co-op. Super cool. Pirate Yakuza!
Oh, dang it.
Pirate Yakuza, shout out!
That's on my backlog. I didn't get to play it yet.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. It is nuts. A seemingly filler entry in this franchise. It does take place after the last Yakuza, Yakuza 8. Now, of course, 3 Remake is out. Whatever, separate story, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Like, real-time combat's back. It has come and gone throughout the years. Like, they're a little more focused on turn-based now, but like it has real-time combat. Majima is incredible in this game. There are just some of the best side quests I've ever played in this series. One of them is the Captain's Return, and you find this guy just wandering around picking up litter. He's just picking up trash. And you're like, what do you do? Like, what is your deal? Why are you doing this? And he's just like, I want to inspire the younger generation to keep the city clean. Like, because he used to be a former pirate and the oceans kept getting like dirtier and dirtier. And he's like, we can't allow this. Like, we... or like, the one...
that.
Yeah, there's one like the coffee and comedy one. Wow. A lot of these are slow burn. That one is, there's 2 owners. They were both in the previous game. So this is like a continuation of them. One of the owners is scared that his partner, they both own the coffee shop. Chills. Every time I talk about this shit, I just get chills. One of the owners is scared that the other owner is going to leave and follow his dream of being a stand-up comedian. A lot happens. I'm not going to spoil anything, but like a lot goes down and like, there's just like miscommunication between the two. And it's like, wow, when you just like talk to one another is like kind of the message of it. Like, good things happen. Communication is key. Don't keep things bottled up. Hironobu Shigata, 65 years old. He wanted to join your pirate crew. It was his dream to be a pirate. His wife and son come and they're like nervous for him to join. But then they're like, all right, fine, follow your heart. You can do it. You can join the pirate crew. He ends up joining your crew as a crew member, like an unlockable crew member. one of the missions, he like almost fucking dies, and he's like, "All right, nope, I'm done. I'm done." Just like, all these funny stories, all these heartfelt stories, just so incredible. Almost done. Like one or two more here. Just want to give some lip service to MGS Delta. I think it was better than what the reception is. The reception is like avoid, it's garbage, no one played, no one cares about it. I still think it's really good, but it is redundant. Yeah. Just play the original. But it is really good. Like, if you don't care about historical relevance or the way Konami fucked Kojima or any of that, maybe play this one if you don't care about that stuff. But definitely play the original.
My thing is, like, if it goes on deep sale, if it gets like
$10,
sub 10, then I'll pull the trigger on it.
Yes.
Because it's like I already own like 4 copies of Snake Eater.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't need this game.
Yes. Shinobi, Don talked a lot about. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Shinobi execution. That's one of my favorite mechanics of 2025. You lower enemies' health to a degree, and that opens them up for the execution, but it's about getting multiple enemies in that state, which can be hard because you don't want to kill them. You gotta lock them up for that, and the more that you have in a combo, the more health and resources you'll get.
So fun.
So freaking cool. Ghost of Yotei, I talked about earlier, just...
Seance is good, yeah.
Something about these sequels that have just not been hitting as hard for me. Tsushima is legit one of my favorite games ever made. Legitimately. Ghost of Tsushima. Yotei just did not hit that level of hype. I just did not connect to the revenge story this time, which usually I'm a sucker for. You know this. Yeah. I love a good revenge story. I just didn't. I'm sorry. The combat was amazing. 10 out of 10 combat. Ball Pit. One of the most addicting games of the year. I platinum trophied this game. Could not stop playing. There's a full-on base building mechanic, which I absolutely love. I love building up bases. And just, this game just kept going and going, like I am with these goatees right now. It just kept going and going. And it was just, it is truly one of the most addicting games you could possibly play this year. And I love Arkanoid. We always talk about it. Alleyway, another one. I love that kind of game. So for them to come out with basically a new entry in the Arkanoid genre that combines modern roguelite and like city building, like wow.
Inspired.
Ball X Pit, they just came out with free DLC as well. They came out with more buildings and levels and like an endless mode they just came out with. Oh, cool. All for free. More of this game, please. More. Get a sequel. Do something amazing.
Shout out to the Gut Pit. Yeah.
The Gut Pit. We talked a lot about Death Stranding 2. A ton. Won't go there. Absalom. That was another one with incredible post-game.
How many games are on your list?
So many. It was such a good year. It was such a good year. So I love all of these games.
I had 3.
I love them. Absalom. The side quests in this game. The quests were incredible because it was like really cool way to do the roguelite beat 'em up genre where it's like you go this entire way and you finish a point of your mission and then it's like okay but now the next part of your mission is down here. You're gonna have to go on another run to continue the quest. I loved that carrot on the stick for the quests on top of leveling up your characters, getting resources. Again, I'm talking about post-game content. That's another one with awesome post-game content. The titular Absalom will reveal itself. Yes. So intense. Seriously, the best year for true endings of all time. Get your true endings. Silk Song. I said I was only going to say my top 1. Silk Song in my top 3 easily. Without a fucking doubt. Like Damiani said, for them to...
What's your top 1 then?
For them to have take 7 years or however long it was and to have this amount of expectations, this small of a team, and to somehow, some way, over-deliver? They over-delivered on what was already one of the greatest games ever made. It's just unbelievable that they did that. Another one with a great true ending, of course. Damiani talked at length about Act 3 a little bit. Unbelievable. Expedition 33. Oh, yeah, Blueprints also was in my top 3. So it's Blueprints and Silksong. Expedition 33, just want to give a shout out to. I didn't like the story as much as a lot of people out there. That really seems like the make or break for it being one of your favorite games of all time or just okay, fine. Is that story. That story seems very, very divisive. It didn't hit me as hard. I love stories about grief. I think it's a little bit overdone in the last 2 years. I think 2 years narratives are like fucking obsessed with grief. It is like number one trope in movies, games, books right now.
Recession indicator.
Yeah, understandably so. There's just a lot of that. So yeah, the story, the characters I loved. I love the characters. Yeah. Which is always the most important thing for me in a narrative. Your story can be awesome, but like I want to love the characters, and I really did like the characters in Expedition 33. But the world, the open world, and the quests, the side quests specifically, were very unsatisfying. I did not enjoy exploring any of the locations you were in. I just did not enjoy it at all. They were so small and linear. You could like go down this little path and pick up some chroma, go down this little path and pick up a picto or whatever. Didn't like it. What I did love though, and I will die on the hill, and I said this a lot during Goaties, is I really do think it's one of the best combat systems of all time. I am a fucking fanatic for Expedition 33 combat. I think it is a perfect blend of turn-based strategy, because there is a lot of strategy with who's in your lineup. The 6 skills you bring to the battle are integral, because you have way more than 6. So it's like, which skills are you going to bring in? Managing your AP gauge is incredible. I love the AP. Am I going to do a small move here and mark the enemy? Am I going to save for the big hit? And all of that on top of the most rewarding parrying, dodging since a Souls game. I love that dodging is a lot easier than parrying, but parrying is a lot riskier, and the payoff is huge. Parrying these enemies sometimes on like a 5-hit combo when you're like in the sound, and it's like, gush, 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 gush. It's so fucking satisfying. It never got old. And when you do that on like a giant boss, unbelievable. And then the gradient counters too, the like black and white ones, and when Mael like kind of like sucks in the like black and white and like shoots it back, just fucking awesome. So awesome. And then hands down, my number one game of 2025 was Hades 2. This year,
I thought you already talked about Hades 2, so I was like, what's your number one? I was like, what is happening?
It is Hades 2. Yeah. You know I love a roguelite so much. This game had just it was everything for me. And what's important though, remember I was talking about Roger Ebert earlier, about when a game finds you. This year, right now, this year, it was Hades 2. Down the line, will it be? I don't know. But this year, because I have another job, because I'm working so much, because there are so many games and so much going on in life, what was always there for me? Hades 2. So often, I would get home and just like, I want to play games, or I need to play games. Like, what am I going to do? And it's like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired to just like boot up a game. Like, booting up a game takes a lot of mental and physical energy to go through games sometimes. It takes a lot. Hades 2, every fucking night, was just like, one run, 2 runs. The lightest weight, 50-hour masterpiece I've ever played. It is this gigantic package. Hades 2 is gigantic. There is so much in this game. There's so much narrative. There's so much to unlock. There's always a reason to do another run. And it feels so light, so easy breezy. And it just kept going and going in the best way possible. Every time you think you've seen it all, there's something else. There's all the different weapons that feel good. And again, like Silksong, somehow, some way, this game surpasses one of the greatest games ever made, Hades 1. Somehow it blows it out of the water. There are 2 ways to go instead of 1. There's so many more bosses. You can put modifiers on the bosses that dramatically changes them. Just the replayability destroys Hades 1. It just blows it out of the water. So Hades 2, great characters, great story, great everything. Easy breezy. My favorite game.
Frick yeah!
Woo!
All right.
Nice. You me?
And now, without further ado,
and the only regret. I'm so sorry. The only game that I regret that I didn't get to finish, I got halfway through Damiani. I'm so sorry. There was one last one I didn't get to finish, and it maybe would have been on my list, was Donkey Kong Bonanza. Just didn't have time to finish it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to play Dispatch or Despalote as well. Those were kind of my three kind of, I just couldn't get to them. So that was those. So, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Now, without any further ado, not very long, little video here. We've got a prepared video of our goaties.
Yeah.
It'll go down the nominees and then the winner. Yeah. So here we go, and then we'll come back and just say a quick good night. It's getting late where Damiani is.
Yes.
But this is like a 10-minute video, so we'll be right back. Watch it. Obviously, you don't go anywhere. They haven't seen it, so I always have fun cutting these. And then this.
Shout out to Isla for doing all this.
This and our deliberations video, what survived, are going to go up on our YouTube after that too. I might have to restart this if the sound, because I set this up while we were already live. So if it starts and then restarts, it's fine. All right, here we go.
Here.
2025 was another great year for games, wherein we were spoiled by a diverse lineup of stories, puzzles, characters, mechanics, and surprises. Indie games stood toe-to-toe with AAAs, and we were all the better for it. Whether we were digging out bananas, dispatching heroes, delivering packages, dealing out death to Kronos, or deciphering our inheritance, this year had us delighted to deliberate our darlings. As always, presented here are the games that both represent the best the year had to offer and also had the biggest impact on us personally here at Easy Allies. We've narrowed it down to 7 entries this year, so put on your bathing suits and swim in these 7 as we reveal the nominees for Easy Allies Game of the Year. The Altars. The Altars is a striking mix of many kinds of management. Not only do you have to handle resources, building up your base, and surviving, but you also have to deal with the interpersonal struggles of maybe the hardest crew in the universe, multiple versions of yourself. Grounded by a brilliant performance by Alex Jordan as Jan Dolsky, Jan Dolsky, this is a heartfelt and exhilarating race against time that had us wishing we could clone ourselves to play more. Blueprints. Blueprints is the rare puzzle game for everyone. Dropping you into an inherited family mansion from your great-uncle Herbert S. Sinclair, you are tasked with discovering the mysterious 46th room. To reach your goal, you must draft additional rooms that offer useful tools and connect with each other in important ways. With no true tutorial, the act of learning the functions of the mansion is a mix of trial and error, critical thinking, and a dash of RNG thanks to its roguelike elements. While the main goal is to reach the final room, there is so much more to discover underneath the surface, it's staggering. Whether you are a beginner at puzzles or a mastermind, the varying degrees of tasks and discovery ensures everyone can have a rewarding time in the mansion. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 seemingly came out of nowhere to captivate the industry. Developed by the grassroots Sandfall Interactive, the scope and ambition rivals the highest budget RPGs. The story is a harrowing trip through grief as the population seemingly dies when reaching a certain age, which gets younger with each passing year. The titular Expedition 33 must venture into the wide unknown and change their fate by battling hostiles and uncovering the secrets of the world. The combat mechanics are a brilliant blend of turn-based strategy and real-time parrying and dodging. Mastering timings to the rhythm of audio and visual cues is one of the most satisfying feelings of the year, and can turn the tide of battle in an instant. With brilliant combat, meaningful exploration, and a twisting narrative, Expedition 33 is the complete package. Death Stranding 2: On the Beach. While the original Death Stranding left us mesmerized by Kojima's patented storytelling mixed with the newly minted Strand genre of games, it felt like it was missing key components at times. Its sequel, On the Beach, addressed nearly every criticism regarding the gameplay and design while simultaneously ramping up everything else to 11. The end result is a game that captivates with its intriguing narrative and characters brought to life by fantastic voice work and a surreal soundtrack that nails the vibes of exploring a ruined world in solitude. On the Beach also boasts some truly compelling gameplay, whether it's trying to find more creative ways for Sam to deliver a package on time, building and expanding the massive infrastructure to traverse the world, or diving headfirst into the revamped stealth-based combat that lets you utilize dozens of cool weapons, tools, and vehicles. With Death Stranding 2: On the Beach, Kojima proves once again that he and his studio are still the best in the biz. Donkey Kong Bonanza. All eyes were on Donkey Kong last year as one of gaming's oldest mascots took center stage in one of Nintendo's highest-profile releases for the nascent Switch 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza blew away our expectations and taps into the simple pleasure of being able to freely interact with everything in your environment and marrying that with meaningful and fun objectives. Smashing everything in sight to your heart's content as Donkey Kong delivers one of the most satisfying experiences of the year. The fantastic levels where you can't go 2 feet without discovering something unbelievable or addictive are stunning playgrounds where all of Donkey Kong's crazy new powers are at your disposal to run, jump, glide, or smash your way to victory. Throw in a killer soundtrack and the heartwarming companionship of Pauline, and it's easy to see why so many were left starstruck by the never-ending imagination of Nintendo. Hades 2. Hades 2 is Supergiant Games' magnum opus. After launching in early access in 2024, it finally graced our hearts with a full release more than a year later. The wait was worth it, as this sequel somehow surpasses the original masterpiece in every way. The repetition is expertly refined, with different paths leading to the depths of Tartarus or the summit of Mount Olympus, each with their own unique locations, enemies, and bosses. Even in failure, you are constantly rewarded with new discoveries or unlockable equipment that is always just one more run away. Lead character Melinoe is at the heart of the journey, and her task to destroy Kronos is a tale of family and forgiveness, with a slew of memorable supporting characters that offer encouraging wisdom and surprising insight. The core combat mechanics and sense of discovery are so addicting that even after completing the game, it's impossible to put down. Hollow Knight Silksong. Good things come to those who wait. It may have taken 9 years, but the highly anticipated follow-up to Hollow Knight is worth all the countless heartbreaks with each passing Nintendo Direct State of Play and Xbox Showcase with no news of Silksong's fate. The sequel eclipses the original in every way imaginable, from the sheer scale of the world as the curtains are slowly pulled back on the massive interconnected environments, to the streamlined and improved systems at your disposal. Hornet's playstyle feels silky smooth, with near-perfect traversal abilities and meticulously thought-out combat that are put to the test with a staggering assortment of enemies and bosses that will test your mettle. Silksong manages all this while simultaneously weaving an engrossing world and narrative, rich with memorable characters brought to life through new side quests that ultimately will impact your final outcome. Simply put, Hollow Knight Silksong is a masterclass in Metroidvania design. And the Easy Allies 2025 Game of the Year is... Blueprints. There are many games in the lineage of Blueprint's lofty titles, such as Myst, or the Talos Principle, or even the board game Labyrinth, but we've never played a game quite like it ever before. Seamlessly blending strategy games and puzzle games, this shifting house had us filling notebooks and taking hundreds of screenshots. The excitement to talk to each other about this game's many secrets and mind-blowing discoveries was a true highlight of the year. What ties it all together is a narrative filled with tenderness, political intrigue, and an excellent central message. Blueprints is a one-of-a-kind video game, a rare case where we wish we could forget what we know so we could discover it anew, all over again. Hi, we're Easy Allies. When we're not picking our favorite games of the year, we produce reviews, podcasts, streams, shows, and more, all funded by regular viewers just like you. Head to patreon.com/easyallies to pitch in and get rewards, and be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay connected on YouTube. See you soon.
Hey! Listen, we have a tradition of doing fake outs, and this year's no different. Shout out to Jason Wishnov coming in last second.
Incredible.
He told me...
Killed it.
He did an amazing job.
Killed it.
He told me he was channeling Jones.
Heck yeah.
Nailed
and
it.
Like halfway through him doing the VO, I'm like, you sound like Jones. I was like,
Nailed it.
Crushed
and he was
it.
like, yeah, I was channeling Jones.
Wow.
But yeah, Jones is fine. Nothing is wrong. The timing, the turnaround, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
To grab VO this weekend. But,
Jones was busy.
Yeah. So thanks, Jason Wishdove. Thanks everybody.
We're like Eurogamer.
They gave some blueprints.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Blueprints. It was just so special for me too. Like we talked about. Just like looking back at the year, and I think of, I talked about like Hades, how like so many nights I would just come home and do that. Blueprints was the same way, where it was just like, when I wasn't playing it, I was just thinking about it and looking forward to come home and going on like 1 or 2 runs through the manor. And it just felt so fresh and new and unique. And it's just so addicting and just so much to discover. So awesome.
Yeah, and counter to what people may believe, I didn't even have to fight for it that hard. So, we all just really liked it.
Yeah.
Watch the deliberations. The part where we decide did survive our computer completely melting down. Encoding overload, whatever the fuck that means. OBS 8, part of the deliberations file. But those are about to go up live with time codes, so you can see us talk about all but 2.5 of these games. Ironically, the part where I talk about Clair Obscure did get eaten. Whatever. It's fine.
We talked a lot about it tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It was a very civil discussion, and we didn't have to we weren't fighting or pushing for anything. It was just whatever.
We all just were a little lesser on the story than most. It's like very divisive,
we all kind of just thought it was an 8.
Yeah.
With really good combat.
The combat is the best.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But we totally see other people loving it.
Yeah, totally.
But you can check that out. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the mods. Thanks for putting all those links and pinning the topics and all that stuff. We really appreciate that.
And then also, just like Hades, Death Stranding, and Silksong, little bit for me of like the sequel element. Whether that's fair or not, whether that is always a discussion, that is always a battle in my own personal brain for like, what is the game of the year? Like, I don't have any problem giving it to a sequel, but if there is something new and fresh and unique that is as good,
what is the game?
Then I'm gonna kind of lean towards that.
Yeah.
So.
Setting this public now. I'm supposed to do deliberations first. Yes, there we go.
Launch.
And then game of the year.
Machine!
For 100 years!
For 1,000 years!
It's 100.
Oh, okay.
I just watched it. For 100 years! I just rewatched. I was trying to like quote that to somebody, and I rewatched it, and he goes, because in my head, I always hear him go, machines! For 1,000 years! But he actually goes, for 100 years! We're it's like really weird cadence the way he does it. Anyways, Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks, Damiani, for staying up late.
Thank you, Damiani.
Thank you, Damiani's cats. For letting Damiani stay up late.
Thank you so much, Damiani.
Thank you, chat. We will see you again Thursday. We are reacting to the State of Play at 2. And then, Damiani, we might have to start the podcast a little late, I think he said. So there might be a little gap in between. We'll figure it out. We'll update you if the schedule changes. But yeah, we'll be there Thursday. We'll see you there. Okay, bye. Where's the ending thing? There it is. Bye.